Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. It's Trojan 1979. For those of you that don't know me, I run a channel over on YouTube called Trojan 1979, and I run a tournament scene in Green Bay, Wisconsin called the Edge of 94 Wisconsin in GBLAN. In the past, we've run our tournaments on YouTube as well as on Twitch via the TGFN Retro, and they were very gracious to us last year. However, moving forward, we are happy to announce a partnership with the Retro Sports Gamer, who is also joining me in the booth as a color commentator. How you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing good, Troy, and very excited to have the GBLAN Tecmo Super Bowl tournament on the channel this year. Big fan of what you guys were doing last year, not only with the players, but the commentators, and really just everything with it. So just thrilled to really have this on the channel this year.
Well, again, big thanks to TGFN in the past, what they've been able to do with us. Once we knew that, at least in the short term, that we were unable to work with them for this particular tournament, we knew immediately with everything that your channel does and the year-round exposure of helping tournaments, running your own events, and really just you guys are all over the place and you're relevant 24/7, 365. So we knew it was a very simple and obvious choice to put this content somewhere where we know that other people that come to your channel are looking for content like this. They're going to find more of it, and it's not going to be on the shelf somewhere the rest of the year or on a channel that isn't doing anything. So we're very excited that to be partnering with the Retro Sports Gamer channel, and the sky's the limit. So as we kick off this season, let's talk about what's going on. So get your cold cuts. All of the matchups that are selected will involve the Cincinnati Bengals for Week 1. So I really appreciate your graphic you put together there for me.
Oh, yeah. You know, we were joking around about it. You gave me some mild parameters, and, you know, I was like, hey, man, it sounds like you want me to put a Bengal like eating a bologna sandwich. Like, I don't really know what you want me to do. And you're like, yes, that's exactly what I want. I'm like, okay,
that's
here
exactly what you did. So every time Icky Woods gets the ball, we're going to reference cold cuts because that's what this is about. Icky Woods, 30. That's me. Woo! That's happening. All right. So, and if we extra points and extra references if he goes into good or excellent condition. So, but let's steer it towards the match at hand. So, Pistol Pete and Tecmo Ninja are doing battle in this one. Pistol Pete is a Chicago area guy that you're very familiar with, and Tecmo Ninja is an Ohio guy doing battle in this one. Tell me what you know about both these players.
Well, Pistol Pete is a guy we just met in 2018 in Chicago. When I first talked to him, he said he never lost a game at Tecmo Super Bowl. So I knew when he came to that first tournament, Tecmo Super Bowl Hardcore Championship, he was probably going to get a loss or two, which he did. But he played great for his first tournament, and he's been playing good ever since, steadily getting better. Tecmo Ninja, Chris, first met him at Super Bowl last year, 2018. I think he was the only guy to beat Mort in that entire tournament. Mort ended up winning that one. But he's a good player. He could go either way. But he can definitely play with the elite players, so I'm excited to see this matchup between these two guys.
Good player, great guy. Pistol Pete, also just a super positive guy. Enjoy spending time with both these individuals, and I'm very happy to be calling this game with you. So, Pistol Pete's the Bengals, Tecmo Ninja is the Dolphins. This is Trojan and Tom doing battle here on Tecmo.
It's amazing how excited I get just to commentate on a Tecmo Super Bowl game, but the game is so dynamic. You constantly see things that we've never seen before, even all these years later. And here's another great battle between the Bengals and the Dolphins coming up, which we've seen a bunch of times, but you never know what the Tecmo gods are going to give you.
I decided to turn you up a little bit. I think Ryan was louder on the last broadcast than you are. So here we go. Not necessarily recorded.
Oh yeah,
not always recorded in order, but this is the kickoff game for the week here. So Stojanovic, Tecmo Ninja kicking off to Pistol Pete to start this one. I know you can't hear the audio on your end. That's the fun of the internet, folks.
And you referenced the ultimate weapon. I love his commentary. He really gets into it. So I see why you had to turn it down a little bit. But for me, a little bit mild-mannered today. Haven't drank any beers. Don't plan on a near future with Tecmo Players Championship coming up.
Well, when it's a high-stakes Tecmo, by the way, we will be broadcasting that on this channel, and I'll be bringing all the gear along. So, Esiason under center, Jarvis Williams on defense.
So Pistol Pete with the ball first. With the Cincinnati Bengals in the matchup, offensively, I like to think they're a triple threat offense. What I mean by that is they have a mobile quarterback, they have a running back that's got above average speed, and they have a passing game that's above average. So we'll see. We're seeing the passing game right here, and right away it's picked off.
Jarvis Williams baits the throw to Holman, and we got a turnover early. Tecmo Ninja already in scoring distance. First down and 10.
And that was just a tough throw. He was a little slow on his pass progressions, and Chris was able to pick that off pretty easily there.
He was a little slow to hike the ball initially, too. I don't know if leg played a factor. We don't get to see that here. Weak side open formation for Tecmo Ninja. James Francis is going to try to chase down Sammy Smith, who reverses his field. Nice cut back in the middle. Second down and 7.
So the Dolphins offensively, they're not as dynamic. Dan Marino is a unique talent with his pass control and blazing fast passing speed at 81. But there you see it right.
Burn route to the bottom inside the 1 yard line. First and goal for Tecmo Ninja using that tool set early from Marino.
Here we're running the motion down, so probably a run play. We'll see how Pete defends it. He defends it pretty well, but he still gets through for the touchdown. Sammy Smith.
Sammy Smith gets that drone help. Takes it in the end zone for the easy 1 yard score. It's 6-0.
So rough start for Pistol Pete. To the tournament, he receives, throws a pick on his first play from scrimmage, and now he's in the hole. We'll see how he responds here.
Get your cold cuts out of the end zone. Icky Woods to the 5. Gets gobbled up before the 8 yard line. First down and 10. Let's look at this playbook. Well, he picked it in a hurry.
There's a rumor going around from the Boonagles that Icky Woods fumbles a lot. But he does have a high hit power of 88, so that's why a lot of people put in a kick returner and punt returner. As Esiason throws down the field in coverage.
Double coverage against Tim McGee, and nowhere to go. I'm surprised it even landed on target. And a called run 3, nowhere to go. James Brooks taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2, third down and 12. Pistol Pete with a rough start so far. Goes back to the run 3. Brooks has some room. Over Opperdahl is there. Fourth down and 3.
Now, this is a tough play because if he misses this, I mean, he's borderline might lose the game just on this play, be that deep in the hole. But let's see what he does. Esiason, he's got receivers open.
Keeps it on the ground. Out of the bounds of the 19 yard line. So taking the safe route, being patient with those drones in tow. Much credit to Pistol Pete.
Not the typical scrambling route there, but he finds a way to do it with Boomer Esiason's mobility.
Completes to Rodney.
And there's a first down to Holman.
Goes down without any fumble there, which is good for him. All right, so bottom hash mark. Esiason, there's good drone support on this play.
So Offerdahl's man here. He's a 31 INT, but, versus a wide open receiver like that, Pete does a good job throwing.
Oh. Second turnover. Carl Wilson picks up the fumble. Got to get out of bounds, kids.
Yeah, I mean, the play was to the sideline, so he could have went out at any time, but he's trying to get that extra yardage.
Sometimes when you play a player that's certainly better on paper, you tend to press. Marino over the marker. Can't throw that ball. End of the first quarter. 7-0. Tecmo Ninja over Pistol Pete.
Yeah, the first quarter really dominated by Chris Hendershot, and he's showing his elite skills right there. Locking up on defense, offensively fluid. We saw the burn route. We saw the running. So, Pistol Pete's going to have to – he's got his hands full today, and he's going to have to do something here to get back in it a little bit.
I helped Tecmo Ninja get his hosting set up, so he owes me some pizza. He owns 2 pizza restaurants.
Yes, I do know about that.
Dive play. Sammy Smith bounces to the outside and is taken down by Fulcher. 4th down and 3 in field goal range for Jim Breach. Will he go for it?
Man, I mean, the Dolphins got a good kicker, but he's going for it anyways.
I'm sorry, it was Pete Stoyanovich as I'm talking about the Bengals. It's a late night broadcast here, folks. And it's going up to Clayton. I'm going to call him Clayton. I'm going to call Clayton. And that's a 2-score advantage for Tecmo Ninja. 13-0.
And that's what you have to do with Marino. Just buy a little extra time with a couple small jukes. He does, and if you could get that pass off to a wide open Dolphins receiver, that's dangerous, and you saw what happens. Touchdown, Dolphins.
14-0, just like that. Pistol Pete has his work cut out for him here. Now taken down again inside the 10. Poor field position.
And really, he needs a score here. If it's a field goal, it's not going to help him a ton, but he needs to get some momentum back. Either way, whether it's field goal or touchdown.
5 yards on that run, too. Goes to the play action off that same run he just did. And he was covered and incomplete. 3rd down and 5. 3:02 Tecmo time in the second. This is critical that he gets to the 4th and manageable. He has to convert here.
Cold run on this play, so everyone's open pretty much.
Brown with a reception and taken down right at the 50-yard line. Looks like Tecmo Ninja has the tabs currently. 1st down and 10.
And that's where the passing speed of Esiason really comes through because the Bengals receivers aren't too fast, but he just gets that one in there.
We got a cold play action pass and taken down before the action is even completed. That's the risk of play action. Esiason ends up losing some yardage. I think he was looking to maybe backtrack and throw a pass, but he crossed the line and then went back behind it. Brooks to the top on run 1. Nice cut back to the inside, and he's got a 4th down and manageable.
So another tough call for Pistol Pete, and he's deciding to go for it again on 4th down.
He's got the covered catch, buys a break on 4th down.
And the Bengals will surprise you with those covered catches. It's basically a 56 pass control and a 56 receptions
fumble.
there.
Are you kidding me? Oh, picked up by the Bengals. Another break there, back-to-back for Pistol Pete.
And the Dolphins cornerbacks, they're just both about average.
Another cold
play again.
Breaks the tackle. Goes over the top. Back to the end zone. He's covered, incomplete. They're down and 8. 101 Tecmo time remaining here in the second. Run 3 is the call. This dive, he should go to the house here. That's a house call for James Brooks. Touchdown, Pistol Pete.
And those dives online, they got to be tough to time because, you know, they're dealing with a little bit of lag. I've seen guys still be great at it, but there it was tough, and he scores a touchdown on it, and Pistol Pete all of a sudden is back into this one.
Desperately needing that score and going for, I'm not sure if it was an intentional onside kick, but Mark Clayton with the recovery and already in Pete Stoyanovich field goal range.
Yeah, there's no way that was intentional. Yeah, he's in field goal range, like you said. He doesn't want to give him points.
Bird route completes to Mark Duper. Here are the tabs.
Marino will do that to you. There wasn't much space there. Bengals cornerbacks are terrible, and he's settling for a field goal with 2 seconds left.
Oh, this is blocked. No, my apologies. I thought he was right on top of him. But he kicks it wide. Are you kidding me? I don't know what the deal was. It might have been leg there or something.
Yeah.
Go forever.
Anything kicking related online is good. A little bit tougher.
Well, welcome to Halftime, everyone. I'm Trojan 1979. We're with Tom, Retro Sports Gamer. We're glad you're with us here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you happen to catch this or any of these other GBLAN broadcasts on the Facebook page for GBLAN, also give us a like over there as well. Appreciate it. Back to the action. Farrell Edmonds to return this one. Not Tony Page, a peculiar choice. Out to the
yeah, sometimes guys just have bad luck with certain people at kick returner, so they'll put someone else there. Maybe he feels bad that Jensen always gets the most love at tight end, so he wants to get Edmonds involved, so puts him in at kick and punt returner. I don't know.
Well, if you play season modes, there's certainly a reason to not put certain individuals back there just because of the risk of injury. But this is preseason; no one can get injured. So, all right, run is to Sammy Smith, 4 yards on first down. Not a whole lot there.
Yeah, and I see Chris. He's staying committed to the run, but that's about as good as the Dolphins' run game usually gets. The big over 10-yard gain, but there's not fast back there. 38 MS maxing out.
Decent blocking, but he couldn't get away from the pack there. Second down and 6. Goatee dive, another blocker. Sammy Smith gets just to the marker, another first down. 3:25 in the third. It looks like Tecmo Ninja is content to take small chunks of yardage and just move the chains.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is get him off David Fulcher. That's why he keeps running that way. But he's not picking enough up in the run game to really force him off of it. Here he gets him on Francis, but of course he knew the play was going down. Dead giveaway on the formation, and good defense by Pistol Pete.
Fulcher on defense, pro set T, pass 3 is the call. Moreno keeps it on the ground, runs towards the sideline, and is taken down 4th and 1. Decision.
Sometimes Marino, big decision here. Sometimes Marino can surprise you because you're not expecting him to scramble, but he picks up a big gain there.
Called. Just past the marker and a called run, too. He gets just there and no more. I'm surprised we didn't get a cutscene for that.
Yeah, that's why you call the run up the middle sometimes. Even if it's called, you still get it.
Fulcher gobbles up Marino in the backfield after he gets locked up with the defender.
Pistol Pete really making Tecmo Ninja work on this one, on this drive.
Moves himself out of position, though, on that one, and at least Tony Page. Maybe that was a bait. Maybe he wanted to see him. He can make a fumble in the field of play. Back to the Red Gun Z pass for slant.
Yeah, he's got to stay home.
Jim Jensen with a covered catch out to the 21.
And I think Bussy was there, which makes that a little bit tougher. But, yeah, you got to attack those Bengals cornerbacks.
Back to that weak side open run 1.
Still not much there in the run game, but he's staying committed.
Down to Jim Jensen. He gets the auto dive. Jensen just short of the goal line out of the 1. First and goal.
Sometimes these 1-yard series can be tough. We'll see what he does here.
Carl Zander doesn't get the dive. And Tecmo Ninja takes Sammy Smith in the end zone for a touchdown, extending the lead 7-20.
And on the great drive there by Chris, but on Pistol Pete's end, that could be a demoralizing defeat as he wasted so much clock and then scored a touchdown on that drive. But good defense and good offense by both players on that drive.
Extra point is good. And that ends your third quarter, 21-7. Tecmo Ninja over Pistol Pete, who needs a touchdown on this drive.
And he is player 1, so onside kick is an option.
Nice
better
run.
option for player 1. And here's a big run.
Out to the 22, first down.
He doesn't have to score super quick, but he does have to score a touchdown on this drive.
Play action. Tim McGee's open. Here he goes, 40. He's moving really slow, though, down to the 35. Couldn't break away from the drones.
Yeah, you're not doing much zigzagging to get away with those Bengals wide receivers.
Run 3 to the bottom, a missed dive. Don't know why he did it, but here he goes. James Brooks. This might be a house goal. 10-5. Touchdown, James Brooks.
And that was a quick score for Pistol Pete. That's just what he needed. So now he really has time to play some defense, make him work for it like he did last drive, and hopefully force a turnover or a punt.
Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for months. Pistol Pete kicks off to Tecmo Ninja. Terrell Edmonds out of the end zone.
So you think Tecmo Ninjas is working on those dive tackles, or what's going on there? Because the 2 touchdowns Pete has are on missed dive tackles.
Not sure. There could be adjustment to leg. Who knows what it was going on there. Maybe he didn't feel like he could consistently win the tap battle. It seems like they were kind of splitting that a little bit. Tough to say.
I'm sure they're unknown opponents to each other, so that makes sense.
Nothing doing there. Just more time off the clock, 2nd and 10.
So Fulcher's the guy you want to man on defense. He's manned here, but Marino's scrambling.
If you get 7 yards with Marino, that's a big deal.
Yeah, if you get anything more than 4, you're doing something right.
Charles Anders sends him the other way. Might be looking at a punt here. And we are.
Wow, great defense there. Forces the 3 and out. And now Pistol Pete's really got plenty of time to score a touchdown here. He's going to have Boomer Esiason running the 2-minute drill.
Roby really changing the field position, though. Nice. Here comes your cold cuts. Boy, he was moving fast, too. First down and 10 for Pistol Pete. 1:42 Tecmo time in the 4th. Needs to get a touchdown here to send this in overtime.
What?
What just happened here?
This is a mistake.
Correct.
He selected field goal. He's probably going to change his players, but he was 2 menu options away from change. So I don't know what happened, but this might cost him the game depending on what the players decide here.
From way downtown, here comes a field goal attempt. I think you're almost better off kicking it when the guy's close, hoping for a block, and maybe you can get it back because then you still have downs 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, but anyways, this selection, unless Chris punts it back to him or they talk it out, then this might cost him the game. So we'll see what happens. We're just waiting between the 2 players.
Well, it's no good. We knew that would happen, and looks like they made an arrangement. I'm sure this shows the class of the community, and Tecmo Ninja say, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Because Tecmo Ninja could have just sat in the ball there and basically run the game out, and chose to give him a chance to come back here. So that says a lot about him and his sportsmanship.
Yeah, definitely. Class play there by Chris. He knows he wasn't trying to select field goal. And he loses some field position and time off the clock. And the worst that could happen is he could force overtime. So big play there by Tecmo Ninja, letting them play this out to make this one a little bit more exciting.
I thought for a moment there maybe they had a desync, but they told me they watched this thing. And so, yay for technology. But back to it, just making some adjustments as the end of the game is coming here. You got to be able to stretch the field. I'm surprised Brooks isn't already in a wide receiver spot.
Well, Pistol Pete's been scoring with that run 3 sweep down. Not much in the passing game, but he's going to have to chuck one downfield. I don't see him scoring on a run play again.
We'll see if he sits on this or Tecmo Ninja risks the calling of this.
And he's selecting Alford all on defense. He's got, a little bit higher interceptions. But in this situation, you might want to go with one of those safeties with the 56 INT. But he's trying to double up the coverage.
Oh, just out of his reach. That would have put him in striking distance for a touchdown.
And with a player diving, that's the makeable play.
Got to get out of bounds here. Yeah, I think at this point, don't you put Kaiser Wilhelm in?
Me personally, I leave in Boomer. It really just depends. But Boomer has higher pass control. He could still throw up some JJs. But, and the Bengals have a good offensive line. But here's the play. This is the game right here.
The game, unless he completes a touchdown. Over his head, incomplete. It had a chance. 21-14, Tecmo Ninja over Pistol Pete in a game that looked like it was going to be a rout, and it closed up in a hurry.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised it was a close game between the 2 players. Chris came out to a hot start defensively. He scored quick, and then Pistol Pete worked his way back into that one, and the game came down to a final play. Don't know if Icky Woods would have been my target on that one, but a lot of people score with that running back 2 on that 4 wide receiver formation.
Maybe he was trying to invoke the Icky Woods karma for the week, but that would have been something. But Tecmo Ninja triumphant over Pistol Pete. If you enjoyed this video, we hope that you give it a thumbs up on the channel. We also hope that you'll hang out as we have additional games for you throughout this broadcast. So for the Retro Sports Gamer, this is Trojan 1979. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. We have more for you. Take care. Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979. I'm excited to welcome you back to online Tecmo Super Bowl action from GBLAN. This is 2019. This is week 1. Get your cold cuts. I've got a matchup between Nelson79 and the GOAT Joey Gatz. But before we get into the action, I'd like to welcome into the booth for the first time Angry J93. How you doing?
Doing great today. Very happy to be here, and I'm very excited to be contributing with this week 1 matchup we have on hand today.
Angry J93, for those of you that don't know, is the reigning defending King of 94 champion 2-time, as well as the Edge of 94 Wisconsin Super Nintendo defending champion, and also won the first 2 ever Sega Genesis tournaments that we ran. Is a growing Tecmo player as far as your acumen is concerned. He's picked up the game very quickly, and we're excited to have him with us. So let's get into this one. We've got Nelson79 as the Chicago Bears, Joey Gatz as the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Get Your Cold Cuts means all of the matchups that you will see this week will involve the Cincinnati Bengals. So any thoughts on the Bears and Bengals in this one?
I'm excited to see this one and how Joey Gatz plans on moving the ball with the Bengals, as Chicago's defense is very dominant. But on the other side of the coin, Joey Gatz, he has a lot of work on defense to do with his own team, because he has only Francis and Fulcher that I'm aware of on defense. So a lot of work to be done on that side.
Yeah, you'll definitely see oftentimes players will run all of their plays towards Fulcher, making it difficult for him to defeat the running attack. But we'll see how that actually plays out. Let's get into this one. Bengals and Bears. Should be a good one. And here's the coin toss. And looks like Gatz does win and is going to defer to the second half. Into the breach we go, my friends. Jim Breach kicks this one off. Brad Muster on the return. We typically see high hitting power, high running speed players returning kicks. Not much there out to the 8-yard line. Looks like the playbook is mixed of dive and offset eye plays. Right away to Johnny Bailey, rest his soul. Gets 6 yards first down.
Leading with the run play there for Chicago.
Pass 2 is the call. Tomczak in for Harbaugh. And the drones are there. 3rd down and 3. Not a lot of room. This time into the pro set tee. Nelson bringing the quarterback, Tomczak, to the bottom, pass to the 20, to the 25, and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. 1st down and 10. Being patient there.
Yes, saw the Bengals safety running away from the ball. Unsure what was happening there.
Sweep to the bottom. Looks like Fulcher popcorn to blocker at the bottom. Only 4 yards to go. Or 4 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and 6 on the offset eye. We're down to the run 1. Now here comes Neil Anderson with blockers and out in front. Near the 50, out of the 49-yard line, taking down another 1st down for Nelson79. Looking good on the ground so far.
Yeah, lots of daylight there on the edge. Running away from Fulcher on that play, towards Fulcher, taking advantage of that.
Tomczak keeping it on the ground. Not much doing there. Only 1 yard. 2nd and 9. The pro set tee. He's gone to this play a couple times. Risky. We've got the jump interception. Gatz is in the perfect position with David Fulcher. And that's where that high interception play. So just want to verify here that we are getting picked up. In fact, do me a favor. Could you just say something real quick for me, Angry J?
Checking.
Excellent. All right, just making sure our levels are good. We are back to the action here. 1st down and 10. And this is a weak side open. Singletary on defense. And here comes James Brooks to the bottom. And is taken down just short of the marker. 2nd down and 1, which is Thule's favorite down and distance.
Yeah, it leaves all the options open, and the Bengals are going to need James Brooks today to do well.
Back to the weak side open this time. Not as much room, and gets the first down, taken down in bounds. 1st down and 10 for Joey Gatz now on the Bears side of the 50. Center is Popcorn, and now is chasing Esiason with his 19 maximum speed. Gets 3 yards, and it's 2nd down and 7.
Any positive play against the Bears defense is always a great thing to have.
We see another Popcorn there. James Brooks running for his life. Cuts it back to the inside and taken down near the marker, a little bit short. And we'll have ourselves a 3rd down and 1 situation.
Again, the whole playbook is open here with only being 1 yard to the 1st down.
Pass 2 is the call. Here comes Esiason to the top. Bates Singletary up to the top. And gets a completion down to the 21-yard line. 1st down for Gatz. Looking good. 58 seconds Tecmo time here in the 1st quarter. Offset I formation. Singletary on defense. Pass 2 is the call again. Gatz gets 5 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 5.
Nicely done there. All of his receivers were covered, so he just took what he had there.
Here's the run through the bottom. Favorite play by all Tecmo players. And taken down past the marker. 1st and goal for Joey Gatz. 1st and goal from the 7. And is looking good on this first possession. Pass 3 is the call. Lots of guys are open. Cross to the wide receiver to Tim McGree, who is open, and that's a touchdown to open the scoring for Joey Gatz in this matchup.
Yeah, it looked like Nelson picked a run there, and all of the receivers are open for Boomer, and he just slotted one right into McGee. A methodical drive there by Joey Gatz as he marched down the field.
7-0 your score here in the 1st. And this kickoff will expire the remainder of the 1st quarter. And we might see some condition checking. Here comes Muster out of his end zone to the 5, to the 10. Already doing better than before. To the 15, 16 taken down. And that's in the 1st quarter. 7-0 Gatz over Nelson 79. And conditions are being checked. And it looks like mediocrity is the name of the game here. Everyone's an average 1st and 10 from the top hash mark. Run 3, only one blocker in front. Bailey bounces back to the inside. He's got some good running room and taken out of bounds just before the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Nelson 79.
It'll be interesting to see here if Gatz starts to pick more run plays after the interception previous drive.
It was very interesting to see, a lot of times people will just completely forsake the pass defense when you have a defender like Fulcher covering the field. Here comes Tomczak throwing to Morris, the risky throw here with Fulcher in the mix, but he's got the JJ. Oh, and he gets the shake off with the tap, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. A risky play, but here he goes, Ron Morris, and all 31 maximum speed of him in the end zone.
These are the type of plays that you need to upset Joey Gatz. Nelson does a great job of isolating his receiver and then out-tapping Gatz as he's known to do. Impressive touchdown there, ties the game back up.
7-7 your score here in the 2nd. It's anybody's ball game. And disappointingly, Harold Green, not Icky Woods, is returning this one. No cold cuts for Joey Gatz. Just remember, if he doesn't win this game, we're going to go ahead and come back and we're going to say that's the reason. It's cold cut karma here on GBLAN Tecmo 2019.
Yeah, it's a little unclear why you would put Harold Green to me at kick returner. Ball control is the same as Icky Woods. Running speed is irrelevant because it's not tied to the player directly, and Icky Woods has superior hitting power, so it confuses me a little bit.
Green and good here. Looking good. And out to the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Gatz. 2:48 Tecmo time here. Going back to the weak side open, he's had some success with this play. Carrier on defense. It's called... Looks like Nelson 79 wants nothing to do with run 2.
No, that's actually a really nice play by Joey Gatz to get out of bounds and avoid a possible fumble.
Run 3 is the call. More runs. 56 maximum speed. The Bengals can move the ball with the QB or in the running game themselves. 3rd down and 4. Esiason is taken down by the refrigerator, William Perry, and we got a 4th down and 9 situation, and Gatz is going for it on the own side of his... I think he's on his own side of the 40.
Yeah, he's not even at the 40. Yeah, this is a interesting play call here.
And a call play, and it goes to Green. He drops the ball. Not that he was going to go anywhere with the tap advantage that Nelson 79 holds. He has stepped up his tap game, and now the possession is returned after that early interception that led to points for Joey Gatz. And here comes the run one, and a great run, gobbled up the 20-yard line. So the momentum is certainly shifting here at the end of the second quarter inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a beautiful run there, and plenty of time here for the Bears to get a score.
Nice bump for Anderson. Bumps another drone, only 1 yard, 1:26 remaining in Tecmo time in the second quarter. Pro set T formation. Pulitzer on defense. Looks like run one may have been called as the drones close on that quickly. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, whole playbook is still open here. I mean, 3rd and 7, Chicago could definitely run the ball still.
Well, folks, if you haven't been able to tell just yet, audio difficulties here near the end of the second quarter. They will be resolved in a little bit here. We have a touchdown from Nelson 79 on the feet of Neil Anderson, and that's a 13-7 score. Extra point incoming, and you'll notice some audio coming in shortly as Angry Jay tries to inform me of the situation regarding that he cannot hear me. So thanks for your grace with this. We're looking really forward to continuing the broadcast. Thanks for watching. My sound level dropped, I'm told. Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you are. You're back now.
That's very strange. Okay, I had to really turn the knob up. I didn't make any changes there, but you know what? We do what we got to do. I hope the action wasn't too lost, but welcome back to the action, fans. 30 seconds as we tick down at the end of the second quarter here. Condition check time, which will be good for one play, or really more of the lines of just realigning for that potential JJ down the field. And the drones are all over. We got a jump pick here from Lanul Stimson and really nowhere to go, and that's the end of the first half. So welcome to halftime, everyone. I'm going to pray they didn't skip halftime, because if they did, I'm going to kick him in the face. It's a great time here on the GBLAN 2019 tournament. We hope you'll be with us here all season long here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. We're glad you're with us as the action continues here into the third quarter. And it's a good thing that Nelson 79 got that touchdown, because he had to give away position early with that interception.
Yes, that was a great hop for Nelson 79 after the initial interception on his first drive. I'm still puzzled by Gatt's decision, but we have a big kickoff return here, so now we're going to condition checks. But back to what I was saying, I'm still puzzled by Joey Gatt's decision to go for it on his own 38-yard line late in the second half, and it's just allowed Nelson 79 to get his 7-point lead with a successful drive after that decision by Gatz.
I think this goes back to the Hardcore Tecmo Championship, or rather the full Nelson Championship, my apologies, in Green Bay. I think Nelson actually beat him in a game, and I don't know, it's something in the last 12 months, Gatz is either on or it's like he's somewhere else, and I it's really hard to pinpoint. Usually by the middle of the tournament, I mean, he is untouchable. But in this game, he looks very immortal, at least at this point. First down and 10. Best QB scramble there as we have the bottom hash mark, single back formation. Pass one is the call. Plenty of options for Gatz. Going cross field to McGee, who's got the touchdown, and that looked way too easy.
Yeah, I mean after Nelson 79's great first half. Joey Gatz comes back, answers right away, reestablishes the tie game. And that was just a beautiful pass play from Esias in there to a wide open receiver. And there's Joey Gatz looking like his normal self right there.
Kick off to Brad Muster, 14-14. Of course, Nelson 79 is in the driver's seat. And out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Condition check time. Yeah, keep Harbaugh on the bench. He's terrible. All right, average. The mediocrity continues.
Yeah, surprising to see no condition changes for the Bears at all.
Hey, Dennis Gentry,
right there.
The Tecmo Bowl legend, of course, the best returner in the original game, is relegated to the bench in Tecmo Super Bowl. First down and 10 for Nelson 79. He is at his own 24-yard line, so the 25-yard line, and the dive play. Looking for some blocking. It's not much there. Second down and 8.
Yeah, if Nelson gets some blocking here and get a one-on-one situation against Gatz, he may have a big run on his hands.
And we got a good block there from the drone, and here comes Anderson. Zigging zang past the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. More zigging zagging, 25, and out of bounds to the 21-yard line. Huge run for Nelson 79.
Yeah, beautiful play there. He's been using that run to the right the whole game and used it to perfection there.
Another run. Only 1 yard. It seems like it's bottled up or a near house call most of the game here. Tomczak keeping it on the ground, being conservative. I like this. 56 seconds stick with time in the third. Already in scoring range, 3rd down and 5. Huge down in distance here. And the run one to the bottom again. James Francis just out of position. Here comes Anderson all the way to the house. And that's a touchdown for Nelson 79. It takes the lead. Neil Anderson's having himself a big game. 20-14.
Yeah, great drive there by Nelson to reestablish the lead. He's not even looking to pass the ball. Even when he picks a pass play, he's just looking to get a Tomczak scramble, and he's just taking what the defense is giving him right now.
Extra point is good. 21-14 is your score. Here comes Harold Green, 30 seconds out of his own end zone. And taken down right over at the 6-yard line, 1st and 10, only 21 seconds here. Gatz going back to the weak side open, testing the waters to see if it's being taken away. Decent blocking, gets out of bounds, gives himself an opportunity for another play before the quarter ends. 2nd down and 12. I won't be surprised if he would go for maybe a JJ attempt on this play. That's not the case, but he gets a good block. Here comes Harold Green in the middle of the field. Drones behind him. Morrissey misses. All the way to the 24-yard line, and that ends the 3rd quarter. Welcome to the 4th quarter. It's 21-14. Condition check time. Harold Green still in good. And looks like the rest of the team is in average, at least for those that matter. Jennings isn't bad. Kendall Smith is good.
Really excited to see how this 4th quarter turns out. I mean, the way this game is playing out, I think the person to have the ball last is the team that's going to win the game.
Certainly a possibility. If Nelson finds himself scoring again somehow and getting a stop here, obviously it could be Gatz trying to bleed this out. But look at a 17. I mean, that is really hard to contend with, getting high taps all game long. But a 1st down for Gatz. He has the right defender. Carrier looks like he's moving pretty well. That's important. Sometimes the Bears defenders are a little slower, with the exception of Singletary, but their interception stats are very high. But Carrier looks like he's moving fairly decent. Green taken down, 3rd down and 4. This is huge. Gatz needs to, at the very least, get points here. He'd prefer a touchdown, but he does have enough time if he wants to settle for 3 if he gets a sack or something here.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is 4-down territory.
And at 4th down and 2, I have to agree.
I mean, if it was 4-down territory on his own 38, opponent's 5, definitely.
Weak side open. Comes Nelson 79 behind the blockers. Can he get it to stop? Just past. Oh, there's a fumble. Bouncer out, picked up by the Bears, and a huge break. He had the 1st down, but the tackle leads to a fumble.
Yeah, that was incredible patience there by Gatz to gain the 1st down, but very unlucky. And then Nelson, Johnny on the spot there, recovers the fumble, and now he can run the clock out.
Cap Bozo is an excellent, again, another Tecmo Bowl all-star, famous for that cross the field indefensible slant route, if you remember that game. But anyway, back to this game. Bailey to the bottom, not much room. Second down and 8, 3:05 Tecmo time remaining. Gatz needs a stop.
Yeah, he's got to sell out here on the run.
And Anderson breaks a tackle, and now his big game is getting bigger. 40, 45, 50. More zig-zag. The pack is starting to catch up to him. Ooh, dangerous. He should have got out of bounds, but he doesn't. But now timeout is taken by Gatz. 2:17 Tecmo time. Already in Kevin Butler field goal range. It is a called run, and he gets out of bounds, only loses a yard. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, definitely going to still keep running the ball here as Nelson 79. No reason to pass, even by calling the pass play here.
And we're seeing here Nelson, this is risky.
Yeah, very surprising call there. Maybe that's exactly why he called it, to catch Joey Gatz off guard, but it didn't work out there for him.
Anderson getting a block. The drone finishes him off over 4th down and 7. And, you go up 2 scores, you win this game. You got to get the field goal. As player 1, this basically seals it if he gets it. It's a little high, but I think he's got it. And Doink said he's got a 24-14 lead. 2 scores over Joey Gatz. Nelson 79. Looking to hold on here. This time Barber has taken this one out of the end zone. Taken down short of the 15. Apologies, that's the 14-yard line. And another call play here.
Yeah, he really needs a JJ here. I mean, you can't afford to waste too much more time.
And the problem is, as player 2, it's an insanely low percentage to get an onside kick unless you have a safety.
But you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, this is right up there with Lloyd Christmas. Harold Green. Nice Hooters. And it just keeps getting worse for Gatz as this one going to ticks away. And that's your version of GG. 24-14, Nelson 79 over Joey Gatz in a game that we knew that Nelson 79 had the ability, but I think most of the time, especially when a player like Joey Gatz gets with a balanced team like the Bengals, you'd expect him to come on top this one. But Nelson 79 triumphs in our first upset of the tournament. So, and your first game of the tournament, how you feeling so far?
Feeling like this is going to be a great season that we're going to have on our hands. I mean, this is a fantastic game to start things off with here on week 1. We just saw Nelson 79 gash Joey Gatz for 171 yards. So, Joey Gatz is want to come back in week 2 and look to stop the bleeding there on the run defense. While Nelson 79, huge win, great start to the season. Definitely can't argue with that.
Well, we're very thankful that you joined us here. If you're catching us live on YouTube, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you're catching this later on Facebook, you can find us over on GBLAN. We have a couple different sites at the bottom of this, retrosportsgamer.net. We track Tecmo stats on that site. Tom does a great job managing that, runs amazing tournaments year-round, both in local form, and you and I have both been to them. They're fantastic. So check out the Retro Sports Gamer YouTube channel, and then we'll make sure to have the videos over there on YouTube as well as our Facebook page, which is also at the bottom, facebook.com/PG/green.bay.lan. So, for Ingrid J93, this is Trojan 1979. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on a GBLAN Retro Sports Gamer broadcast. Take care. Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. It's Trojan again with GBLAN and the Retro Sports Gaming channel. We have another matchup for you. Get your cold cuts. It's another matchup involving the Bengals. This time the Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. We got Simple Simon and Sester 79. And I'm joined again by Angry J93, NHL 94 player extraordinaire, and progressing Tecmo player will be joining us as a color commentator in this broadcast. How you doing today?
Doing great today. I'm excited to see some more Tecmo Super Bowl action.
Awesome. Let's get over to the gameplay. recording cut right before the helmets, so sorry about that, but we got the Dolphins, we got the Bengals, we got some cold cuts. What are your thoughts on this particular matchup of teams?
I really like the Dolphins in this matchup. They have the passing wizard, Dan Marino, and they're more balanced on defense, so David Fulcher is going to have his hands full with the Bengals, but they can still definitely come out of a W with this one.
Time to turn the page out of the end zone. Hard hitting Tony Page out to the 10. Breaks the tackle. Here he goes. 20, 25. Taking out the 25-yard line. Nice return. And looks like the runs are attacking Fulcher. Offset I. Weak side open. Of course, run and shoot sweep down to the bottom. And we have another run and shoot pass. Two shotgun plays and a play action offset I. Dan Marino under center. James Francis. We have the play action off the first play of the game. Marino goes cross to the stationary Mark Duper. Super Duper taken down just short of the 50. Nice completion of the first play.
Yeah, that play action was covered to the top receiver, but good patience there by Sester to find the open receiver on the bottom.
Francis again on defense. Here comes Page, who's patient. Only gets 4 yards, but that's enough. You just have to know that you can run a little bit with the Dolphins here and there. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Tony Page not known for his speed, but if he gets in isolation, he can shred popcorn some blockers.
And another run on the bottom, only 1 more yard there. If Page gets into the secondary, he can do some work on it, with the exception of Fulcher.
Yeah, the Bengals, drone defenders, not the best tacklers. They have low hit power, so this is a prime matchup for Tony Page indeed.
Another play action, repeating what we saw on 1st down. Marino crossfield to Duper again. Breaks a tackle, taken down inside the 35. 2:45 Tecmo time remaining here in the first. And now we're going to the weak side open run. And it's called. Sammy Smith can't, just barely back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, no room there, but it's important to run with the Dolphins to keep the defense honest, as David Fulcher is a ball hawk in pass plays.
Shotgun formation. This will be a pass 3 or pass 4. And Marino might let it fly here. Going to Clayton. Out of the back of the end zone. I think he waited just a little bit too long. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this looks like a clear passing down here for Miami. Expected to see David Fulcher roaming the secondary yet again.
Called pass 1. He's taken down by Carl Zander. The drone sack. It's 4th down and 18. The one thing is, because you do have a couple usable defenders there are no runs that attack our friend Francis at the top. It's a blocked field goal. And here come the Bengals. James Francis, the aforementioned James Francis with the recovery. So 1:27 Tecmo time. Simple Simon gets out without giving up any points after some big completions there. Offered all on defense. Run 1 is the call. Pitch up to James Brooks. Dodging defenders. Gets about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, expect to see a steady diet of James Brooks today in this game.
Sounds delicious. If we can get some cold cuts in there, that'd be great too. And we got the streaking burn route down to Tim Brown at the bottom. Tim Brown. What am I doing? What am I? In division, that's like an interdivision hate crime right there.
Yeah, it was Eddie Brown there on the.
Thank you. Oh Lord, when you do these broadcasts at the hour I do, I get up at 5 in the morning, and brain starts to decay a little bit by then with all the kids and such. But back to the tournament, 2nd down and 6. It's amazing, when you run a tournament like this, you don't have to fire yourself for a mistake like that.
Yeah, you get a lot of leeway in this situation. I got to watch my back.
Weak side open, Red Gun Z, pass 4 rather. And Sison running for his life. Jarvis Williams all the way from the safety position with the sack. They're down at 11.
These defenses seem to be becoming more stout as the opponent gets closer to the goal line. Big 3rd down here for Cincinnati.
Run and shoot sweep to the bottom here. That's run 3. And that's into the first quarter. 0-0. 4th and 3 decision time for Simple Simon.
Yeah, he'll decide how greedy he wants to be here. He's certainly thinking about it, and it actually looks like he wants to attack the Dolphins' defense. He could be looking to Brooks here, or even doing a Esiason QB draw if he's think he can catch Simple Simon sleeping at the wheel here.
Simple Simon's going to have to go confession for the 7 deadly sins here. Greed is one of them. Here he goes. And it is taken down. He pays a penalty. Time for his penance. First down and 10 as he plays defense now and defends the entire field against Sester 79's Dolphins.
Gotta be careful of a pick play here if you're Miami.
Super Duper breaks a tackle, takes on Fulcher. Here goes 40, 45, 50. Taken down. Now he's in Bengals territory. And just like that, no points. And now you're playing defense. Heard Simple Simon gave up scoring for Lent. Here comes Marino. Runs out of bounds for no reason. It's second down and 11.
Yeah, that sideline creeped up on Marino there, surprisingly, because Marino is one of the slowest players in the game.
Underneath the Duper. Duper's been busy. Just short of the marker here, but he does gain it after breaking a tackle. Looks like Sester 79 definitely has the taps in this one.
Yeah, that's a nice pass there by Marino in tight coverage. That passing speed really coming in key there.
Simple Simon also gave up tapping for Lent. That's a 3-yard run on first down, second down and 7. But Easter's just around the corner.
Yeah, if he can get out of these early week matchups, he may be in luck.
Turning the page to the bottom, here comes another tapping situation. He wins, and now there's a fumble, but is recovered by the Dolphins. Harry Kelbreth, the eventual Green Bay Packer, in for the touchdown, an offensive lineman's dream.
Miami would not be denied on that play as the offensive lineman indeed scoops up the ball and rumbles, stumbles, bumbles his way into the end zone. Looks like Simple Simon also gave...
Where's Chris Berman when you need him, right? Get him in here. He's semi-retired. All right, cold cuts time. Ickey Woods just in front of his end zone from the 2 to the 10, 15. And out of bounds to the 12-yard line, or excuse me, taken down to the 12-yard line. 1:53 Tecmo time. 7-0 is your score. Sester 79 over Simple Simon in the second quarter of this GBLAN 2019 online tournament. And he's just past the line of scrimmage, cannot throw. I think he didn't mean to do that. Second down and 10.
Yeah, that did indeed look inadvertent as he ran backwards, trying to complete a pass.
Red Gun Z is called underneath the Brooks. Completion is made. Completely jukes Offerdahl. Nice conversion, making something out of nothing, did Simple Simon. Weak side open. The run down to the bottom. Drone support is good. Second and 7. Brooks isn't bad, but Mr. Cold Cuts isn't good.
I feel like this is a way to telegraph what you want to do on offense, as he's just now doing the condition check in the second quarter, so expect some JJs here by Simple Simon.
If Kaiser Wilhelm in good, it's not an awful idea, but at this point, the faster delivery may be more beneficial. Had the right idea, pass just wasn't on target. 3rd and 7. From the bottom hash mark, here comes pass 1. A slice underneath to Ickey Woods. Gets out of bounds just in time. Time for a couple more plays here.
Yeah, big completion there. He avoids giving up the ball to Sesters, who could have had a JJ opportunity if he received that punt.
Going up to Rodney Holman, who gets the JJ, gets the taps, breaks the tackle, gets out of bounds. Really nicely done there. First and goal from the 7. He was greedy before, and now he takes the points. And a quick tap, a little above the marker, but he should be good. It dings in. It is good. 3-7. Simple Simon get on the board in the first half, which is important.
And I do believe he gets the ball in the third quarter, which I think influenced the decision there to kick the field goal as opposed to go for the touchdown.
And the right decision is Page just goes out of bounds. Welcome to halftime. We're glad you're with us. Trojan 1979, Angry J93, GBLAN online tournament here, 2019 on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Make sure to subscribe to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. You also can follow us on Facebook on GBLAN. So, here we go. As you mentioned, here comes the kickoff to Ickey Woods, who is in good condition. Let's see if he gets another notch up to excellent or not. And if he does, I expect chat to go absolutely nuts.
There he is.
There he is. Get your cold cuts.
Plenty.
Get a whole plate of them. Here comes Icky Woods, looking like Christian Okoye. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Simple Simon could not avoid being the big man on that one.
Yeah, as a fat man, I'm getting hungry now talking about this stuff. 3rd down and 5. There's nothing like a good sandwich, man.
I have one every day. I don't blame you.
Pass 1 is the call. Esiason. Nice bait job getting it underneath the Woods, who now is out of the bounds of the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Bengals. I thought Sesters was a little aggressive there with his coming up against Esiason.
Indeed. It was a perfect play there by Simple Simon, waiting out the coverage, as every receiver was covered.
And a forced throw there. Looks like Esiason had plenty of room in front of him, but lucks out, no interception. 2nd down and 10. Nowhere to go on that run 3. Just very poorly blocked. And a loss on the play. 3rd down and 2 here for Simple Simon.
Got an open top receiver.
Up to McGee. And it is blocked. Great position. Great bait job by Sesters. And decision time here with the 4th and 12 from Simple Simon. He's going to punt it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Simple Simon was a little late on that top receiver, as he looked like he was open, but perhaps Sester was laying the bait, regardless of the timing on that play.
And taken down to the 10-yard line. Sester 79 with the lead, 7-3. And an opportunity.
Tony Page in bad. Looks like he might be shown the bench.
Mark Logan, looks like Mark Clayton is also in bad, along with Page. Tony Martin.
Maybe Jim Jensen is the answer here.
Well, usually is the answer. I'm surprised he wasn't in the game to start, but I understand against the Bengals, if you put him at wide receiver 2 along with Farrell Edmonds or Page on the outside, you basically have yourself some solidified blocking at the bottom with still decent reception opportunities. But I'm not playing the game. I'm calling it.
Yeah, he didn't even look at Jensen. That's wonder if he just doesn't know about him, or maybe just doesn't like him for his offensive scheme in this setup against David Fulcher. Hard to say.
Well, one of the things we would die play here, run forward to Logan. Mark Logan with a little bit of running room gets about 4 yards. We do include players of varying ability, so you get the veterans and you get the guys that are huge fans of the game, probably beat up on their friends as a kid, but don't know necessarily all the finer points, and that's why they're here. They're going to learn along the way with these broadcasts and chat, and they're going to accumulate a lot of knowledge here. 3rd down for the Dolphins. Despite all that, he's still ahead of the veteran, Simple Simon. Farrell Edmonds, the intended receiver. It is completed, and the tackle is broken. Here comes Edmonds. 30, 25, 20. And taken down inside the 5. Very dangerous. Out of bounds was probably the right place, but 1st and goal from the 3.
Yeah, Sester showing no need for Jensen on that play. Wonderful pass. Just gunned it in there with Marino.
And we have the run, one to the bottom. Mark Logan, no problem. And the lead is extended. Sesters looking good for a guy that didn't know that used Jim Jensen.
Yeah, that was an impressive drive. Just one huge chunk play to Farrell Edmonds. A solid run to the bottom of the screen, attacking David Fulcher. Has himself now a 2-possession lead late in this 3rd quarter.
Stojanovic kicking off to an excellent Icky Woods. Let's see if he can do anything with it here. As the quarter expires, the condition may or may not change next quarter. And not much doing. Up to the 9-yard line. 14-3, your score. Sester 79 over Simple Simon. Who does have the ball? Eric Wilhelm, or Kaiser Wilhelm was the Detroit Kumite guys like to call him, in good still, and may come into play later for the slower passing speed.
You definitely don't want to be down this late in the game by 2 possessions, but lots of Bengals players are in good condition, except for James Brooks. But he should still be a big part of a attempted comeback here by Simple Simon. This is definitely a must-score possession on his hands right now.
Well, James Brooks in that RB2 is going to be the guy going down the field on the top route on pass 2 if he ever calls it. 50 maximum speed would still make him faster than any of the other receivers on the field, even in bad condition, which makes him such a weapon. Up to Rodney Holman. It is deflected. Nice defense. Offered all in the right position. Sester's playing this very well. 2nd down and 10. Pass 1 is your call. Lots of receivers open. Crossfield and the drones are there to block it.
This is a good situation to have John Offerdahl on your team with Miami, as he has a high pass interception rating, and he helps out in the coverage as a linebacker.
You're going to have to go for it here. 4th down and 10, most likely here, and he is. So, Sester's playing good defense. And Simple Simon maybe being just slightly a little indecisive. I think some of those burn route opportunities, I'm not sure if he knows where to go on those, but, and this is incomplete. And now Sester's gets a turnover on downs. 1st and goal for him from the 9. Sammy Smith is in good. Page is still in bad, but still an excellent blocker if you keep him on there. But it looks like Logan's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, it should be a real simple concept here for Miami going on this drive. Just run the clock out a little bit and don't fumble. That's really the big thing here.
2nd down and 8. Second and goal from the 8, rather. Right at the middle of the field, there's a run 3. Some good blocks are there. Not really waiting for them to develop. We got a fumble here. And just out of bounds, Simple Simon needing that break.
Yeah, very unlucky there, causing the fumble and not being able to recover it. Sester gets a mulligan here.
As player 1 still in it if he can hold him to a field goal attempt. Francis trying to chase him down from behind. Stops him at the 1, 4th and 1. And this has just got to kill you for Sesters, but he's going to go for the field goal. He really would have liked that 3rd score advantage, which would have locked the game up. Despite the quick tap, Francis is in there, but it's not blocked. 17-3 on the foot of Pete Stojanovic. Sesters 79 looking like he's in a commanding lead here.
Yeah, Simple Simon really has to be more creative on offense and just attack the open receivers as soon as he sees them instead of trying to wait for the perfect opportunity here. He doesn't have a bunch of time to waste, and he really needs to get a score immediately.
Out of bounds is the return, and it is shotgun formation. Esison's still in the game. It's called. In that situation, Esison is a little more desired because of his ability to zoom it in there to those hot routes and some of his mobility. However, Wilhelm is in good, so that's another incomplete pass. I guess he's just not going to go to that route. Maybe it's not something he's comfortable with. Simple Simon needing something here underneath the woods, really running out of time. He really has to start going all the way to the end zone every play.
Yeah, it was just a nice 1st down dump off to help him himself get some more downs to attempt those JJs that he needs now.
Goes up to Holman. And he gets the cover catch. He needs to call play quickly. So 1st down for Simple Simon.
Another called play.
And he gets a diving grab on the hot route. It's a touchdown for Simple Simon. He's not out of it.
No, nice work there on the hot route. He's made the adjustment. Just going after the open receiver, or not even the open receiver in this case, just the receiver who wasn't double covered, and gets a good touchdown now for the onside kick.
10-17 your score. Here comes Simple Simon with an attempt at an onside kick. It's nice and low. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and it is picked up by Sims, the lineman, in his 1st down and 35 seconds remaining. Almost impossible to lose the game at this point unless you get a called play. even if he calls a shotgun play every time, Marino can throw it back and basically get rid of it without too much risk here. Up to Banks, which is probably the wrong guy. Ness is the wrong thing. You threw to the absolute wrong guy. I think you just go out of bounds there and then punt to the next play. But now Simple Simon has a chance. You only have one play. Wilhelm with a slower speed might be the right guy just from the JJ standpoint. He's also still mobile. Got to get your guys in the right position to get down the field. You're going to want to get McGee, Brown, Holman, and Brooks all down the field somehow.
Yeah, Miami's secondary, they have decent pass interceptions, but nothing too overwhelming. So if you can get Wilhelm to McGee or Holman or even James Brooks, who's looks like he might be on the bench, you can get lucky here. And that's all Simple Simon can ask for in a situation like this where he's trying to make the big comeback late in the game.
So really any of the pass plays can be called and you can have a chance here. Looks like pass 4 is the call to see if Opperdahl rushes. He does not. And this shall be the last play of the game. I think Wilhelm's going to have to give himself an opportunity here to at least angle this a little bit. Going up to Holman, wants it all. 30, 20, and triple covered, or double covered, and no go. It's incomplete. 17-10, your score, Sester 79, in a game that looked like predominantly be dominated by him, but Simple Simon made it interesting there at the end.
Yeah, Simple Simon, I mean, he had that chance. It just didn't work out, throwing in a double coverage, but Sester did a great job there. He got more stops on defense. His pass game was prolific with Dan Marino. He had pinpoint accuracy. And in the end of the day, I think he played better and earned a much-deserved win here.
Well, thank you, everyone, for watching the GBLAN Tecmo 2019 Week 1 game here between Simple Simon and Sester 79. Thank you, Angry Jay, for joining us. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the Retro Sports Gamer channel that you're watching this broadcast on. If you're happy to catch us on Facebook, you can follow us on GBLAN over on Facebook. Give us a like. Really appreciate that. Any closing thoughts from you, Angry Jay?
Just really impressed by the way these by the way these two competitors were able to adjust throughout the game. I know it's still early; they're still learning some things, but by the end of the season, I think these guys are going to gain a lot of experience and be competitive players moving forward.
Awesome. Stay tuned for another game. We'll be back with more action soon after this. Thank you.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Woo!
Welcome back, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979 with the GBLAN Online 2019 Tournament. Got a game between Swamp PC1 and Thule. It's a Get Your Cold Cuts week. All games featuring the Cincinnati Bengals. Got a match between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. And I am welcoming back into the booth Angry J93, defending two-time King of 94 champion, two-time Edge of 94 Wisconsin Genesis winner, and one-time defending Super Nintendo winner as well, and aspiring Tecmo player and color commentator. How you doing?
Doing great today. Excited to see some more Week 1 action here.
Well, Bengals and Rams, let's break this down as this action gets started. Swamp PC1 and Thule.
So I'm really excited to see this matchup. I really think these two teams are evenly matched as both teams have some play on offense. Boomer Esiason, good quarterback for the Bengals. Jim Everett for the St. Louis Rams. The Los Angeles Rams. And both defenses are superstar loaded. Kevin Green for Los Angeles, David Folger for Cincinnati. So I'm really excited to see this one, like I said. And
speaking of cold cuts, here comes Icky Woods out of the end zone. He gets a popcorn, And out to the 11-yard line. Always good to have sides with your sandwiches. Single back formation. Humphrey on defense. We had a cold pass one. Up to McGee. It is deflected. Nice defense by Tooley, knowing exactly where to go on that play.
I took away the burn route, and great defense there.
Humphrey back to it. This time going down the bound. Brown. Ed is intercepted on the overthrow. Gray picks it off, and it's a first down for Tooley in scoring position already. Looks like he's got Cleveland Gary and Buford McGee in the mix. So rolling with Gary with that lower ball control stat.
Yeah, plenty of options here for the LA offense. Guest play here.
Cleveland Gary nowhere to go. Pass two is the call. Everett going cross field, gets Buford McGee, and is taken down, 3rd down and 7.
This could be a huge stand here for Cincinnati after the early turnover. Walking away down only 3-0, that'd be a win.
Buford McGee in the dive play, nowhere to go, and a field goal opportunity coming up here. Mike Lansford, not someone you want to rely on for points in this game.
No, but this should be within his range, provided the accuracy is online.
It's kind of like playing pinball when you're playing with him and his indicator. That almost sounded dirty. 3-0 Tooley over Swamp PC1.
Yeah, you have to have mutual consent to play with an indicator.
It is
nice kick there by Lansford.
It is the 2019 tournament, not the 1950s tournament. Here comes the Icky Woods, and Nicole cuts out to the 19-yard line. Let's hope Swamp PC1 could do a little something more productive on this possession.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a run play here start, but he's not afraid to get back into it. A little dump off.
5 yards underneath to Brooks. Tooley, of course, the organizer, one of the co-organizers of the Detroit Kumite that just took place before this tournament and looked like a tremendous time. In fact, you saw that tournament broadcast on this very YouTube channel, the Retro Sports Gamer. Here comes Brooks all the way across field, dodging those predominantly ineffective drones for the Rams. If you have one Achilles heel, it's their defense.
Yeah, great use of the field there by Swamp PC1, taking advantage of that LA defense.
Really sitting on run 3. Humphrey gets gobbled up, but not before 8 yards. And down to the bottom hash mark, now single back formation. And just sitting on run 3, just daring him to start calling run and take away that to open up the passing game. We'll see if it continues. Sweep to the bottom. Brooks immediately reverses field. He's got Kevin Green in tow. And gains 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Liking the steady approach here by Swamp PC1.
Going down to Brown near the back of the end zone. He's got the JJ in the end zone, touchdown. That throw got there to hurry. I thought I was going to end up nearing the back of the end zone. I was mistaken. Touchdown for Boomer, and Swamp PC takes the lead, 6-3.
Yeah, great job there by Swamp PC1 to build the run. Ran the ball 4 or 5 times in a row there. Tooley then switched over to Kevin Green. The previous play, and then got caught with Kevin Green in coverage, and with the Tyson passer control, that's just an easy completion for the touchdown.
Here comes Henry Ellard. Nice return out to the 29-yard line. That was a quick first quarter, 7-3, as we enter and condition check time, and a lot of average conditions for a lot of elite players here for the Rams.
Yeah, just a bunch of steady eddies out there. Nothing too exciting right now, but I really like the way Swamp PC1 recovered there after the early interception. Now it's on Tooley to establish his offense to try and answer back.
Buford McGee reversing his field. And I think he's getting a little too cute. I think you just got to take your 4 or 5 yards and get out of bounds.
Yeah, he's got to get some positive yardage here. Just get himself in an easier down and distance situation.
Everett dropping back. This is the back and B game. Up to Flipper Anderson. This is what the Rams do. But it is intercepted in the end zone. I think that might have been Fulcher. And we didn't get the graphic on that. Pretty sure it was. And that is not what Tooley wanted. And now giving up the initiative is Tooley. Underneath the Brooks, go Swamp PC1, 6 yards on first down, 2nd down and 4.
We'll see if Swamp PC1 can start baiting the run again. Kevin Green in pass coverage here.
And you get the hot route on a cold play, and that looked real good. Completion up to wide receiver 1. Swamp PC with another first down at the top hash mark now. And again, going back to the single back burn routes.
Nice patience there on the QB scramble, as most of his options were covered. There wasn't a need to throw a risky pass.
Sometimes you got to take what the defense gives you, and that time they gave him nothing. 2nd down and 10. Weak side open running coming here. Green popcorns the blocker, but Brooks is running by the rest of the drones. If Green gets no help, it doesn't matter. 1st down and 10.
Love the cut back there by James Brooks. Looks like Tooley's on his back foot here on defense.
Newsom on defense, a lot of ground to cover. But that rifle arm of Esiason, it really puts Swamp PC in the driver's seat. 2nd and 4 with 2:30 Tecmo time remaining in the 2nd quarter. And here comes the ever-effective QB sneak and underutilized, which is really designed to attack Kevin Green.
Yeah, beautiful play there to get the 1st down. Now he has 4 opportunities here from in close, does Swamp PC.
Here comes Esiason, and he gets the redirect and the touchdown, and an extended lead to Rodney Holman. And I don't know what the background on Swamp PC is here, but on paper, the unknown versus the tournament-winning veteran, this is certainly a shocker early, 14-3, but definitely well-earned.
Yeah, I think you just said it there, Troy. Swamp PC, the unknown. Tooley doesn't look like he's quite sure what's going on with Swamp PC's offense. He's just reacting out there. He's not reading any of the plays or being proactive about anything.
The one problem in this matchup is that as the Rams, you feel like you have to score in every possession because there's not many tools there to stop James Brooke and company. And here comes Cleveland Gary. Nice run here and a chance to answer before the halftime. 40-yard line and out of bounds, 1st and 10 for Tooley.
Yeah, this would be huge for Tooley to get a score of any sort here.
Pass 1 is the call. Baiting that underneath throw to wide receiver 2 down the field. Across the field, excuse me. Keeps it on the ground instead, offset eye, and the run 1 and reversing field. And the drones are just doing a better job. The cutbacks really aren't there. And the running backs aren't that great at this tier for the Rams unless you get a condition check or change that puts them into good or excellent. And there goes Everett out of bounds, 28 seconds.
Tooley needs another positive play here to get himself into a better field goal position when Lansford's kicking.
He is in range, but it just becomes a problem. And I think you're looking at, I think he's going to go for it, but I don't think he should. I was wrong. Okay, so here comes Lansford opportunity here. Still puts him down 2 scores. The icon is high. Let's see if it goes in. And it does. 14-6. Tooley sneaks it in there with Mike Lansford. And welcome to halftime. This is Trojan. I'm with Angry J93. This is the Retro Sports Gamer channel. And we're glad that you're with us here for the GBLAN 2019 Online Tecmo Super Bowl Tournament. This is Cold Cuts Week. All matchups featuring our beloved Cincinnati Bengals and Nicky Woods. So, welcome back to the action. And looks like Tooley will be returning this out of his own end zone. And knowing he gets the the second half kickoff, the field goal was something he could live with.
Yeah, that was just a way to pick up points. He's still down by 2 possessions, but a touchdown and a field goal now gives him a 2-point lead if he can string those scores together. He looked better there with his second drive late in that 2nd quarter to get that field goal. So looking to keep moving forward with the LA offense.
Huge dive by Swamp PC, really well executed. Looks like at least a little bit of room there for Tooley, and it closed in a hurry. Back to the run 3. This time he's got an alley. Here comes Cleveland Gary, zigging, zagging ahead of the pack. 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Cincinnati. Nice play and a good momentum here for Tooley.
Yeah, great patience there shown by Tooley, waiting for those blocks to materialize.
Did you like those 3 third runs in a row? 2nd down and 9.
Not something you'd expect to see from LA's offenses. Runs being called consecutively.
Oh, going over the top, trying to go for the covered catch, but Fulcher's INT is high, 3rd down and 9. Fulcher, of course, having 1 interception already in this game. Greg Gunsey pass 4. Underneath Cleveland Gary, who gets the reception, taking out of bounds to the 31-yard line. 2:47 Tecmo time with the clock stopped. First and 10, top hash mark offset I formation. And what I'm seeing is so Swamp PC is taking the bottom linebacker, but he's nothing to write home about. You just got to run past him and take your yards. Gets the hot route on the called play, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, nice play there by Tooley to slip it in for a good positive play here to set up a easier 3rd and 4.
Ever underneath. Didn't get the auto dive. This is dangerous here in the middle of the field. Doesn't fumble, though, and now is in scoring position. 1st and goal inside the 5. At the 4-yard line, single back near the top hash mark. Here's a run 3. All the way to the 1. 2nd down and goal from the 1. Tooley looking for a touchdown. Huge defense there by Swamp PC, knocking Tooley all the way back for an 11-yard loss.
Great read by Swamp PC, using that bottom linebacker, shutting down the play where there's three runs running down to the bottom of the screen in Tooley's playbook. So beautiful job there by Swamp PC.
Here comes the bump. Comes Clifton Garrett. Cannot get there. Looked like if he just kept going up north for a little bit, as they say, and then over, looked like he could have scored, but the drones got there, and that's been sort of the story. We've seen really good drone support from the Bengals today. And this is huge, 4th and goal, not going to take the points, needing 2 scores anyway, and no support from his blockers. And there's a turnover on downs here. 1st and 10 for Swamp PC, 14-6, 2-score lead, and the ball, but backed up at his own end, so he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, definitely needs to be careful with the Swamp PC. If he just get a few positive plays and hold on to the ball for a couple minutes, he really puts Tooley in a tough situation as he's still 2 scores down after foregoing the right to take the field goal on that last drive.
Single back formation from the top hash mark for Swamp PC. And it is rushed, but completes to Brooks. I'll pass the marker and a lot of running room and taken down to the 21-yard line. 1st down for Swamp PC with 4:37 Tecmo time here in the 4th quarter.
Now the Bengals have the whole playbook open to their desires again, getting away from their own goal line. I expect to see more running plays here by Swamp PC.
2nd down and 7. I would advise against punting here.
On this specific down?
Yes. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yes, your advice is well heeded here by Swamp PC.
Cross the field to Wookiee Woods. Looking like he had an extra sandwich or two because he is moving slow, but near the 15-yard line, taking down, nice completion. Swamp PC in control of this position, or this possession. Up 2 scores already, would like to make it a 3rd. Tooley already
Rams are
taking timeouts. It's really difficult here because if you hold them a field goal, you're in it still technically, but it's really hard to get the ball back with this level of amount of time left as player 2 because of the onside factor.
Yeah, I'm quickly learning that being player 2 down in the 4th quarter by multiple possessions is just the wrong place to be. You almost want to play a little bit safer every game, try and play from ahead.
Burn right to the bottom, and it is completed. Swamp PC now with a 3rd score lead, Eddie Brown. And I will never call him Tim Brown ever again.
And don't you forget it, because Eddie Brown, he's making a mark in this game, as well as Swamp PC, looking to shake off that unknown status.
I think he'd make a mark on my face if I called him that. Interdivision rivals, 21-6, Swamp PC over Tooley, Henry Ellard.
I think that visor on your helmet will help you, Troy, in keeping your face clean and pristine.
You know, if only I had some of that Violent Gentleman gear to, really make me look good. They're not even paying me to say that. We should talk to them about maybe sponsoring this tournament here. Oh, there's another interception when it rains and pours. There's Tim Crumry, the Wisconsin Badger, broke his leg in the Super Bowl. And out to the 8-yard line, and this is basically ball game here.
Yeah, nearly saw the rare interception return there by the Bengals. And yeah, this is all academic now. Just looking to close this out.
This is basically the Tecmo version of taking a knee, just wasting time and chucking it back. And it's intercepted by Bobby Humphrey. Really just a formality here. Tooley may chuck it up just for fun. We'll see what he does.
Does point differential matter at all in this league?
It's the third. It is the third tiebreaker. The first tiebreaker is essentially a strength of schedule system that is used by the Swiss bracket. The second is head-to-head, and the third is point differential. So it technically matters, but the chances that it'll come into play are very slim.
Well, it doesn't seem to be slowing Tooley down. Attempting to acquire some more points here. He'll have one last play, it looks like.
Throwing it up to a hot dog vendor. 21-6, Swamp PC over Tooley in a matchup that favored balance over overall, I guess.
Yeah, Swamp PC looked great on both sides of the ball there. I mean, usually when you play against the Rams, you just understand that you're going to be going up against, touchdowns all game long. 3 or 4 of them probably going to have to score 21, 28 points to win. Swamp PC did that, but he also played great defense. So this is a very impressive outing by him. Getting started his season on the right foot. Tooley going to have to retool. I hate to be using puns, but
please do. This is a pun friendly zone.
Well, then that
just ask Eric Kuhlman. That's all he does. He'll be broadcasting some games later. We're looking forward to having him on too. So, but basically, yeah. I mean, whatever comes to mind. I mean, we're not sponsored by anyone yet.
Well, speak for yourself.
You know what? I can't be a big rock star NHL '94 savant like yourself.
But Tooley, he didn't play his best game today, but you can be sure that you'll be seeing his best game soon enough, as he will not be happy with this result.
Well, Tooley will find a way to bounce back. He always does. A seasoned veteran. Congrats to Swamp PC on this one. Thanks for watching. This should be, if you're watching this live, this is on the Retro Sports Gamer broadcast on YouTube. Make sure to give them a subscription or hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell. You know when all of our broadcasts go live. If you're catching this later on, you catch us over on our Facebook page. The link is right on the graphic there, that facebook.com link. Definitely check us out there. Give us a like on that page. We do local tournaments as well. Maybe you want to get on the action next year and you want to know when we're going to be broadcasting all the fun week to week. So this is week 1 of 6 for Swiss bracket before a double elimination bracket will take place for the top-tiered players that win most of the games. And then we'll have a fun a single elimination bracket for those that don't make that bracket as well. And we'll cover some of those games as well. So a lot of Tecmo to be watched this season over the next month or two. And we're really glad you're with us. So for Angry J93, this is Trojan 1979. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gaming channel and GBLAN on Facebook. I hope you're doing great. We have another game here for you in week 1 of the Get Your Cold Cuts team selection method. Every matchup here is going to feature a Cincinnati Bengals matchup. And I am welcoming back from last season one of our favorite broadcasters, the Ultimate Weapon. Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Troy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Baseball season has started by the time we're recording this, so big Brewer fan. Really happy to enjoy that. But we're talking Tecmo today. We got a matchup between Madtown Split Stars, who's representing Madison area in Wisconsin, and then 8-Bit, who is from the greater Twin Cities area in Minnesota. So we have sort of a border battle going on here between two vastly improved players from even a year ago, and this should be an exciting matchup. Let's go over to the frames here, and we have ourselves a matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Why don't you break down what to look out for in this particular matchup?
So I think it's awesome, first of all, that you're using the Bengals in different matchups here in week 1, but they're one of my favorite teams at Tecmo. The Bengals-Bears, honestly, is probably one of my top 2 matchups. I know Matt Vogt, shout out to him, really likes this matchup as well. 2 outstanding safeties with David Fulcher, and then you've got on the Bears side Mark Carrier. You've got two great running backs. You've got, the Bengals have really slow receivers. The Bears have the option to put Neil Anderson in at receiver if they want to do that. It's always interesting to see how someone plays with the Bears because they can either go with a double running attack, especially when Fulcher's at the bottom of the screen. You can put Anderson and Bailey. You can run the sweeps. You could put Anderson up top at receiver against that weak DB1. It'll be really interesting to see how these two guys go at it and approach it both offensively and defensively.
Certainly can be a lot of frustration and success, a lot of try to take away the run and then go over the top and see if Fulcher can cover the entire field. All right, let's get into it. Bengals, Bears, Madtown 8-Bit on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Looks like 8-Bit wins the coin toss, and as in typical Tecmo fashion for veterans, kicks off. And we'll see if Icky Woods will be returning this. I know that some people have a superstition about him, but cold cuts engage. We've already
30,
seen...
ladies, that's me.
Yeah.
There he is.
You didn't get to the 30, but 1st and 10. You didn't quite spike it down after that one. Let's see the playbook here. We got some motion on run 2 and 4, single back 1 and 3, and then as well as the pass 1 and 2, and then we got the shotgun on the pass 3 and the Red Gun Z slant on pass 4.
Yep, pretty standard playbook here. The Chris Vogt playbook minus the last two pass plays there, going with the shotgun and the Red Gun Z. Some interesting motion there. See if we can get the Bears' outstanding secondary to cheat or jump here on some of these routes.
And not really sure what the let's see, 8-Bit must have been really maybe he was waiting for his cold cuts. All right, so we've got cycling through is 8-Bit. We got a motion play coming here. This is going to be a run. And Singletary it is. I don't know who has the taps in this matchup. Looks like James Brooks on the bottom. It looks like Madtown with a 13 and breaks 2 tackles and is taken down. Nice start to the drive. 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Now in the shotgun formation, this is pass 3. And pretty good drone coverage here, but Esiason, his 19 maximum speed, gets him the marker, 1st down.
Yeah, Sison with the 19 maximum speed, just enough wheels to pick up a few yards if he needs to call his own number.
8-Bit in true 8-Bit fashion doing the drone bump and gets the additional help, already feeling the effects of the tapping disadvantage against an elite runner. And a nice job by Singletary there, and then Dan Hampton cleans him up. And that's a loss on the play. 3rd down and 16 coming up.
I don't think he enjoyed his stay at the Hampton.
He'll keep those coming all season long, my friend. Called run 3 long, down in distance there. We see that pretty often, almost like you want to go for it on 4th down and make it 4th and short. And 8-Bit wasn't having any of that. Johnson's punt to Brad Muster. Inside 10. Gets out of bounds after popcorning just past the 15. And 1st down and 10. Looks like some offset eye. And we'll have to further assess that play back to that. Here's the run up the middle on the run 4. Good blocking here. Anderson looking to get to the edge. And out of bounds, does not want to get tackled in bounds for a fumble. 1st down. Nice opening play to start this drive.
Love the offset eye playbook with the Bears. Outstanding choice by 8-Bit.
Looks like Madtown is caught in a bit of a cold run on that play, but the pass is not true. Cross field with Tom Zach's probably not going to get that done.
I think Anderson may have gotten that, though. He had Bailey at receiver instead of Anderson.
And right up the middle to Anderson. So it looks like run 4 is going to have to be contended with, and we're going to play this game. What exactly is Madtown going to take away, and which poison is going to be picked?
Well, with Bailey at receiver, you can call pass or you can call run a little bit more. You really just want to negate Anderson. He's the main threat.
Anderson with a nice sweep, run to the top on run 3, and has another 1st down. So 8-Bit moving the ball pretty effectively early. 0-0 game, 59 seconds in Tecmo time in the 1st quarter. And we got a shotgun play. Here's a pass. Tom Zach running. He has a receiver open, and he's got the JJ to Thornton touchdown. 8-Bit.
He had 25 receptions. Be damned. Who cares? Came down with it.
Well, that's got to feel good. He's already up in possession now. Is 8-Bit. So 7-0 is your score. Madtown, plenty of time. No need to panic here. will try to respond. Icky Woods out of his own end zone to the 10. To the 15. Let's say the 14-yard line taken down. First down and 10. 18 seconds here. This may be the last play of the first quarter.
So we'll see if 8-Bit, it looks like 8-Bit's going to go exclusively with Singletary this game. At least he has so far.
It looks like he does get the first down there. This will be the last play here. Just 2 seconds remaining. Pass one is the call. We got 8-Bit rushing it. Sometimes he likes to surprise his opponents like that. Crossfield to Rodney Holman. He's got him.
Wow.
At the 50. What a laser from Esiason as we get into the second quarter. 7-0. 8-Bit over Madtown. No condition check to start the quarter.
Gutsy throw there by Madtown into tight coverage against a great Bears secondary, but Holman came down with it.
Esiason with the delayed step there, and then finally takes it with his feet for the first down. Sitting on the Red Gun Z. Red Gun Z slant 4. And this time Hampton catches up to him again after 2 yards. Dan Hampton is terrorizing Madtown Split Stars today.
Esiason racking up those rewards points.
And this time, Richard Dent, MVP of Super Bowl 20. Just keep it coming, man. I'm trying not to just bust out laughing. This is great. All right, Singletary on defense for 8-Bit Madtown. And we got the drone deflection. And now we're looking at fourth down and long. And I don't know if Jim Breach is going to be able to hit this where he's at. I think he might be too far back.
So interesting thought here, Troy, as we see the condition check. I know you said 8-Bit seems to be a little undermanned on the taps here. Not sure if he knew that going into the matchup, but if he did and selected the Bears, that was an outstanding pick. As we've already seen, drone help from Dan Hampton, Richard Dent have been huge, leading to fourth and long here in a couple situations here for Madtown.
So I'm anticipating if he's going through all these changes here, I wonder if he's just going to go deep for the JJ here. He's got Wilhelm in the quarterback position here. Oh, he puts Esiason back in. Punting here is frustrating when you're near midfield at Tecmo, but he's going to punt it. And it's away. Muster inside the 10. A lot of Bengals there. Breaks the tackle. Wisely gets out of bounds to avoid the fumble, and it's first and 10. And now it is time for 8-Bit to check his conditions.
Yeah, lots of time to work with here for 8-Bit. 3 minutes and 34 seconds really has the advantage. Obviously don't want to fumble or a turnover here. You probably want to run right at Fulcher or do the quick snap passes to the top. I know he has Bailey up there. It'd be interesting to see if he switches Anderson and Bailey at any point here if he gets at least another field goal.
This time switching to Francis, getting behind. And 8-Bit got up to 20 there on the taps. That's
Wow.
unbelievable. He's been playing possum.
That run could have been done a lot more damage there. That was fortunate that didn't get more out of it for the Bengals.
We got a pass to and up to Neil Anderson, who is in the wide receiver 1 position, so that change has been made. Excuse me. Rather, that I'm incorrect on that. That was, but the completion is still to Anderson. And we got a called run 1. Second down and 14.
Yeah, big series here for Madtown and the Bengals. They really need to stop here. 8-Bit with all the advantage.
The overthrow is probably a good thing because Fulcher was underneath that. If it was shorter on target, it might have been jump picked.
Very true. Go back to the bread and butter up the middle.
And now fourth down and 10, and being up 7 this far in your end zone. Near your end zone, I think he's going to punt it. He is. Here he goes. Just milking clock. I'm not sure why it shots a short punt. Maybe there was some lag there. Tough to tell. We don't get to experience that on this end. This is just a replay of the emulator inputs. First down and 10 for Madtown.
Well, that was huge. 1 minute and 39 seconds here to work with. Let's see if he can put some points on the board. Oh, goodness, another drone sack.
The drones are the MVP today. It is a group effort, and there is everyone open, and just the hesitation from Madtown there led to that sack. And that's happened a couple times where he's been in field goal range and had to give up a loss on the play. So, 3rd down and 6. Esiason making it manageable here. And the run 3, this time it's not called. And gets a good block. Here he goes. James Brooks to the 10. 5. That's a house call if I ever saw one after wasting some time. Touchdown, Madtown Split Stars.
Awesome run. Nice to see an equalizing score here. Looks like we're going to be treated to quite a standoff here. Usually Bears-Bengals ends up being a low-scoring game.
7-7 your score. And I don't know if there's enough time here with this, depending how long this kickoff is, for 8-Bit to get out of bounds.
I think he'll get out with 1 second. Oh, maybe not if he seems content to just go into the half. Maybe not.
He's trying to run around and gets a popcorn over Redenbacher himself. To the 50. You know, Madtown is nowhere to be seen right now.
Yeah, look.
So it's just a matter of can he get away from the
finally,
zone.
we see some arrow movement there in the background. I'm not sure.
Muster going 5.
Wow.
4, and taking
oh,
at
my.
the end of the half. Well, welcome to halftime. That was exciting. But the game's
that was
closer.
Very exciting.
Well, we're glad you're with us here on the Richest Sports Gamer channel. This is the GBLAN 2019 online Tecmo Super Bowl tournament. This is the Get Your Cold Cuts Week 1 matchup. Everything featuring the Bengals. And we're going to open up here with an 8-Bit Bears return. Not as much room this time. Only out to the 10 goes Muster. We'll see if he checks conditions. He doesn't yet. Welcome to the 3rd quarter. It's offset I and Folger. Run 4 again. Seen a lot of this.
Tough play to stop for the Bengals. It'd be interesting to see if he switches up to the top linebacker to try to gain a little bit of advantage on that play.
Very risky. Tried a hot
but
route
it is
to Muster.
risky. Yeah, it is risky, especially if he calls past 2 at the bottom.
Muster is in bad and has been changed out. I guess he was put back to position like he was being cycled around there. So we have a Jim Harbaugh sighting, all of you Michigan fans. He didn't think it'd get any worse for the passing attack of the Bears. Jim Harbaugh says, hold my beer. That's a first down for 8-Bit.
Another huge drone block coming through there for the Bears. If the drones keep coming through like this, Troy, Amazon may change their thought about having drone delivery.
Oh, hey-oh. That's like 3 in 1 broadcast, man. Normally you pay double for that. Crossfield to Bailey this time. Oh, he drops it.
Bailey. 3 times, can't come up with it during the game.
Rest his soul.
Twice overthrown and 1 off his fingertips.
Well, 2nd and 10. 8-Bit still has the whole playbook open to him here. At the 45, another dive play. And this time a nice dive by Madtown, not waiting for it to develop.
I really like what 8-Bit's doing despite having not too much firepower at receiver. He's not shown any hesitation to go deep. He's really making Madtown respect the entire field with the Bears, which is difficult to do.
Well, back-to-back run 4s. And this time he goes to the pass 2.
Outstanding. Led Fulcher just enough so that he couldn't get back. He was probably hoping for the dive there, but not quite enough, but still turns it into a nice gain, first down.
That was tricksy indeed. And this time he gets up on him, and even though 8-Bit has the tabs, Madtown surprised him. 8-Bit was not ready to get his thumb rolling. Shotgun formation. This is risky, and it is picked up.
Ooh!
I don't know if that was
Tried to
Bussey
go
or
for the
who that
arrow
was.
trick. I don't know if the arrow trick was intentional there or accidental, but it would have been really pretty if it would have worked.
Well, 8-Bit getting a little aggressive. Hey, get your cold cuts. He's an excellent. Put him at the running back position. Let's get our friend James Brooks, even at 50 maximum speed, let's get him in on the receiver position. Let's get him running routes. It looks like that may be what Madtown's going to have him do. Barber's in good. sort of a non-factor, but and I don't know if this is just a strategy to get more hitting power on the field, to deal with the likes of Singletary perhaps in the running attack.
Well, with the way the drones have been performing, I mean, he just wants a little more hitting power in there to help him out, maybe get a couple extra blocks. We did see a nice drone block on the Bengals in the last series where the Bears picked up a nice first down.
Here we go. Icky Woods with a popcorn. Taps 19-14. This is insane. Where did 8-Bit get this ability? Must have had it like a bionic implant installed in the offseason. I mean, that's regulator type of territory. Here comes Icky Woods, an excellent. And to change of direction, he can really juke defenders quickly. 2nd down and 2 as the third quarter is ticking down here. This will be the last play of the quarter. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Esiason getting to the marker and getting the first. I was really hoping for that cutscene there, but we didn't get it. Still an excellent, still in bad. Woods and Brooks, respectively.
Really only one mistake this entire game has been made, and that was the pick that 8-Bit threw in the end zone there. Changed the whole dynamic of the game. Usually when you get two great players like this, one mistake can be the difference. Now, having said that, there's still 5 minutes in the game. Madtown's past midfield, so 8-Bit should have at least one more chance regardless of what happens on this drive.
Woods to the bottom, has the marker, stays in bounds, and Popcorn's a defender of the process. 1st and 10. So, absolutely leaving 3 points on the board at the very least, and the mentality of being in the lead certainly can play a factor, but plenty of time if the score happens at this end of the field quickly, and Esiason keeps it on the ground and gets a fumble out of bounds, buys a break, and only loses a couple of yards in the process. 2nd and 4. And we see our friend Mike Singletary bumping into defenders again, and this time, or offenders rather, and he's getting Popcorn himself, so he's taking himself out of the play. So here comes Esiason, past the marker, breaks a tackle, a missed dive, and here he goes again. 10, 5, touchdown! Shoestring attempt from Singletary is not enough.
Who needs 81 hitting power from Icky Woods when you got Boomer sticking it in there?
Extra point away. Jim Breach's point is good. 14-7, Madtown, who originally trailed this 7-0, has now responded with 14 unanswered in the fourth quarter. And 8-Bit now, the pressure's on, needs to tie this thing up.
Gutsy run there by Madtown, too, with Boomer, especially considering he just fumbled about 2 plays before that. So, showed no fear, and Tecmo guys rewarded him with the score.
Well, good condition Harbaugh has been benched in lieu of average condition Tomzak. And we see Johnny Bailey's in bad. Not a lot of condition love here for the Bears, but the running attack is still there. He's got the time to use the full playbook, but he needs to be smart, especially in the passing game. Tomzak on the ground. 2:45 Tecmo time, 2nd and 4. Same formation. It's time to pass 4. Tomzak goes crossfield, gets the redirect from Anderson, who's got some room, and goes out of bounds before making contact. 1st down, 2:22 Tecmo time. A little breathing room here.
Love that pass 4, especially with the Bears with Anderson at running back 2. That's just a great route.
Yeah, Anderson
wow.
is loose. Fulcher got Popcorn and a break. The drones now for the Bengals are doing their job. But another 1st down for 8-Bit, who's letting the clock tick down a little bit. I think he's thinking about, I'm this close, I don't want to give too much time to my opponent. Tomzak going to lose a defender and out of bounds, 2nd and 3. And you're starting to get to the point where you're going to have to really start taking your shots pretty soon. You only have a handful of plays.
Oh, he didn't get the block there. He was
Madtown
hoping for the
just
block.
tapped 19, like for his life depended on it. Both these guys are tapping like, I mean, I don't know what school they went to.
Madtown reaching down deep for the adrenaline there. Here we go. Oh!
Here he goes. Anderson in the end zone. Wow, just trying to milk that clock away. It's 14-13. An extra point incoming. Let's see if we can get any pressure on. Oh, my God, it's blocked.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's a killer.
Well, Troy, we saw a game end in Detroit not that long ago that way. In fact, I was part of that game where Derek Thomas blocked an extra point. And my heart goes out to 8-Bit, who really moved the ball up and down the field at will. Had just really that one mistake here.
That's almost as bad as Alshon Jeffrey dropping a pass.
It was pretty sad when Alshon dropped that pass. But I love the way Nick Foles ran over to him and embraced him.
Oh, goodness. 14-13.
What a game.
Madtown survives the comeback from 8-Bit after he came back from the deficit. And don't tell me that a LB1 doesn't matter, because it did. At the end there, that blocked the point. I know that Fulchers gets all the spotlight on defense, but James France is doing his part.
You know, Troy, I did say earlier in the game it'd be interesting to see if he switches to LB1 on those offset eye plays. He didn't switch to him on the offset eye plays, but he came through when it counted.
Absolutely. Well, hey, fantastic game here. A lot of yards on the ground from both teams. Not a whole lot through the air. Low-scoring game, as you had mentioned, these tend to be. But it was certainly entertaining nonetheless. So for all of you that are watching, thanks so much. I'd like to thank the Ultimate Weapon here. If you haven't subscribed yet to the Retro Sports Gamer channel, please do so. If you're over on Facebook, look up GBLAN. Appreciate a like over there as well. We're going to get the Game of the Week uploaded over there for each week as well. So for the Ultimate Weapon, this is Trojan 1979. We'll have another game for you shortly. Take care. Welcome back, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979. I'm here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you're watching on Facebook, this is also a GBLAN Online 2019 tournament. We're glad you're watching whatever platform you're watching this on. And I'm glad to welcome back into the booth fan favorite, who I don't know if you're still in mourning about the Eagles and Nick Foles, but I have the Ultimate Weapon, Ryan, with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Troy. I am not in mourning over Nick Foles. Happy for him to have the opportunity in Jacksonville. Always will be a legend in Philly. Should never have to buy another meal or a beer anytime he shows up there ever again.
Absolutely. Hey, I was rooting for him last year myself when the Packers did literally nothing. But back to Tecmo. Let's focus on some pretend football here. This is a tournament that features all matchups that exclusively involve the Cincinnati Bengals and their typical counterparts. So this is a match between Prime, Barletti. Get your cold cuts. Icky Woods is going to get some action here, hopefully, as he takes on Prime's Kansas City Chiefs in what should be a good matchup. Why don't you break down this matchup as the coin toss gets going?
Well, first of all, Barletti's icon there is a sandwich, and there's a bite out of the cold cut, so I don't know if that's a bad omen for him to start. But
no, that's a static thing. No. Yeah. Do you remember the QB Lions picture we had last year from Scott Mitchell on The Biggest Loser? That would have been Unfortunately, he's not playing this year's tournament. Chris Strange, we love you, brother. Be good. I know you didn't have the time this year to be at it. 1st and 10 for Barletti, but go ahead and break it down as we get into the action here.
Yeah, so obviously the Chiefs on defense, would be interesting to see. He'll probably just use, well, I was going to say he'll probably exclusively use the linebackers, but I see he's using Ross here to start. But as we have said before, the Bengals with Fulcher and Brooks, the two big stars on this team. Icky Woods with the hitting power, Rodney Holman, the outstanding tight end.
Interesting to see him to come from the bottom as opposed to using a linebacker through the middle. That usually doesn't make the blockers double back.
Yeah, Barletti there early showing the taps. We'll see. Nice stop on fourth to make it 4th down here.
4th and 2, usually just about anywhere in the field you're going to go for it unless you have a commanding lead. And looks like Brooks just to the corner and beats them all. Here he goes. He's in the clear 40. 45, 50. To the other 40. And out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 1st down, Barletti.
Yeah, Prime rolling the dice there, trying for the dive, and ends up giving about 40 yards up. instead of playing contain. We'll see if that comes back to bite him.
Prime forcing the issue there with Derek Thomas. There was good drone coverage. The running back was open, but the overthrow and the incompletion. And now we have a cold run 3. Brooks puts it on the ground, and it is picked up by the Chiefs. Kevin Porter, can he beat the drones? He's juiced. There's a popcorn 20, 10. Oh, and he's taken down to the 6-yard line. Could not complete the deal. First and goal from the 6.
Was that Icky Woods on the tackle? He didn't want him to take his place at the lunch meat counter.
Oh, we had a potential lurch there, but it was let go, and Prime completes the deal. Christian Okoye, and that didn't take long. 6-0 your score.
Yeah, quite the short drive there in the score for Prime. Nice early start here. Always nice when you can get a turnover early in the game. Shorten the possessions for your opponent.
Extra point is good. Here comes Icky Woods out of his own end zone to the 5. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another one. Breaks a third. First down and 10. Run 3. Derek Thomas and Brooks getting out of bounds for some reason. Guessing latency may have had something to do with it.
It could be. We'll see if Prime continues to be super aggressive here with Thomas blitzing and diving. No need to be as aggressive with a lead.
Back-to-back run 3s, Barletti. I'm going to say wouldn't be surprised if he'd go for a third. And this time for 4th and 2 again.
If I'm the Chiefs here, Troy, I'm just content to give a few yards here and hope that I can force another fumble or a turnover. And it looks like he's going to play it that way now.
Underneath completion on the Red Guns East slant to RB1, James Brooks, and that's a completion for a first down. First down and 10. Top hash mark, single back formation, and looks like pass 2 is the call, excuse me. Crossfield to Tim McGee, and out of bounds to the 40-yard line as the first quarter expires. 7-0 Prime over Barletti.
Quick first quarter there with the turnover, condition check time. We will see if Barletti can drive down the field here and get the equalizing score. Tough sledding against that Chiefs defense, though.
How do you feel about the pro set play there without a pro set pass to go with it?
Personally, the way I play, I never have a corresponding run that doesn't have a corresponding pass. And that includes red gun and shotgun X drive for me. I know other people feel differently, especially with the pro T runs, like you said. I mean, the shotgun and the red gun can stand on their own. The pro T, I feel it's tough. I mean, especially against the Chiefs that have outstanding linebackers, you know runs coming, and you know that you can take Snow or Thomas. I mean, that's pretty tough.
First down for Barletti. He's working that pass to play, and it's going back to it again. Gets the high route to Holman, the tight end. So we're seeing a little bit of a trend here. Barletti is just staying on the same play until the opponent calls it. Second down and 9, only 1 yard there. Nice pursuit from Prime. Back to it. So he's getting slightly predictable here.
I do like the pro T dive play, but I'm not sure that I wouldn't have subbed out run and shoot 1 up at the top there for the run play, especially to run right at Thomas.
Cross field to Tim McGee. What a laser from Barletti and Boomer Esiason. That's a touchdown.
Hey, we're sitting here debating about the pro T runs. Who needs them? Boomer can throw like that.
That was a laser. Here comes Thomas. And doesn't rush the kick. And it's good. 7-7. That could be a factor. We'll see if it becomes one later. Barry Word, not Christian Okoye. A bit of an odd choice to return this one. Hitting power of Barry Word is negligible as it pertains to this sort of thing.
Barry Word showing some moves there. Getting the drone to dive.
Todd McNair in the game may be coming out.
I like to use McNair at running back 2 or at wide receiver. I'll often use Word at tight end. Does here.
Well, let's see if he's going to pound it with Okoye or if he's going to turn the page. Bussey gets right up in there. Only 4 yards for Okoye on that dive play. Right up near the marker, 3rd down and 1. No Gene Steratore reference because we don't have the cinematic, which really breaks my heart. And this is cold pass 3. Cross field. Goes to Page, who's covered by Fulcher, and we got 4th and 1 here. I like the call to go for pass on a 4th and 1 on 3rd down. Run one's the call. Goes for the dive, misses it. Okoye gets the marker, and out of bounds. So, nice attempt from Barletti, but Prime survives. He's darn near in Nick Lowry field goal range already. He's going to go for it all. Down to J.J. Burton, who was out of bounds. DeBorg not feeling that one. This time out of the pass 3, he's got a lot of options open underneath the Okoye. Using his blockers very well as Prime. They're buying another 6 or 7 yards for another first down.
Outstanding move to cut back and get behind that drone and throw him off just enough to get a couple extra yards there.
That rushing power and running speed of Okoye matters, and is out to another first down here at the 24-yard line. This time going over the middle. Okoye having to double back here. And gets out of bounds wisely. 2nd down and 10. Nice job of Barletti clogging that lane up. And here comes Okoye with a popcorn. Here are the taps. And taken down inside the 10. Time is ticking away. 20 seconds. Say 19 seconds tackle time here. 1st and goal from the 8.
Huge tackle there by Barletti. That could be.
Back of the end zone. He's got him. Touchdown Prime.
That's got to be extremely frustrating for Barletti after that outstanding tackle, hoping that he could hold him to a field goal or maybe even make time run out. But Prime able to punch it in.
Extra point is good from the foot of Nick Lowry. 14-7. We'll see if Woods just takes this out of bounds or if he wants to live up to the namesake of the week and do something with this kickoff. Looks like he's trying to do something, but eventually just gets out of bounds. Welcome to halftime, 14-7 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel, and they skipped it! Skipped halftime! I am not pleased. You can't even take a bite of your cold-cut hoagie.
No, what's a Tecmo fan to do, Troy?
Rebel in chat, that's what.
Hashtag real men watch halftime?
Let's make that thing. Hashtag send Trojan to Super Bowl. I am Sans sponsor at this point. I really want to go. All right, this is the offset eye. Pitching it down to Okoye. Nice drone assistance there for the popcorn block. And gets another first down. Prime with the lead and the ball. Bottom hash mark.
I'm sure they'd love to have you down there for Super Bowl. Trey did a great job last year.
Thanks. That was really my first road trip as far as broadcasting. That was an absolute blast. First down and 10, and Kevin Cabrillo does it right.
We'll see if Prime continues to be aggressive here.
Taken down. Nice completion of McNair. And by the way, they will take you to Waffle House like royalty.
We got to go to the Waffle House if you're down there. Do they have Waffle Houses where you are?
They do not.
They do.
No, they have Denny's here. Denny's and Perkins. Here comes DeBerg. Arrow trick, crossfield, back of the end zone. Can't get it. 3rd and 4.
Nice thought there by Prime. Continuing to be very aggressive here with the 7-point lead.
Looks like he may have had just a step there. And 4th down and 4. I don't like this decision to go for it here. You can go up by 2 scores in the 3rd quarter. And going for it instead. Up to Page. Well, what do I know? Turns the page. He gets the score. And I guess I'm going to retire from broadcasting. It's been nice knowing you. This is Trojan. I turn it over to Ryan McCabe, who will now call the remainder of the game.
No. Well, Barletti has to be very frustrated. I mean, he's played very well on defense, had some key That diving play before the touchdown, he stopped him right before halftime with 10 seconds to go. Nice dive tackle outside the end zone. Really played well on defense. Just like we said, when two great players play, it often comes down to one or two plays during the game.
Well, we're going to mix it up here for the remainder of the broadcast. I'm going to play the color commentator, and Ryan is going to enter into play-by-play mode. You ready for this?
All right, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, condition check here time. Barletti back to the wall. What's he going to do? James Brooks in bad. All the odds stacked against him. Harold Green in bad. But Ickey's in good. I do go back to the beginning of the broadcast when we saw that half-eaten sandwich, and it is the Bengals with the cold cut. So I said it could have been a bad omen. We'll see if he can overcome it.
Make me hungry, Ryan.
Barletti in the shot, or Red Gun Z, dumps it off to Ickey Woods, gets it, runs for 5 yards and dives. 2nd and 5.
Seemed to be moving a little bit faster on that play than normal. I didn't see the condition check.
Esiason gives it to Woods, picks up 1 yard, 3rd and 4. Goes right back to the Red Gun Z. Esiason takes a snap. It's another called play. He's going to throw it. He's going to get it to Brown. Ooh. Brown at the 40. And surrounded by a bunch of red jerseys there. 1st and 10. Nice play getting it off. Esiason comes out in the run and shoot. It's another called play. Dumps it off to Woods. And it's incomplete.
Prime is in the head of Barletti right now.
Goes back to the shotgun here. Esiason takes it. He's dropping back. He's looking deep downfield. Got the arrow short. He's going to switch along. He's going to McGee. Deep down the field to McGee. Down the sideline.
Huge
comes down with it.
In between 3 defenders. What a play. And he needed it there.
And then back to the sweep play. Catches Lewis at the bottom, and he tosses him like a rag doll.
The taps are coming in handy for Barletti. It's buying him a few extra yards here and there and keeping him in this football game.
Another called play by Prime. Unbelievable. 3rd and 9, big play here for Barletti.
Our friend Ickey Woods is in good condition. Looks like Sison's in bad, but he's going to stay in lieu of Kaiser Wilhelm. Definitely got to get 6 here because it's 2-score deficit as player 2. You don't have time to mess around.
And let's not forget, Derek Thomas will be coming in on both extra point attempts, even if he's able to get them. Looking for Brown at the bottom. He's got him. Touchdown. Bengals.
It looked like it might have been out of the back of the end zone, but he got him right there. And this is a game.
Yeah, on a closer look there, the replay did show that he did get both feet in bounds, so no challenge. Rags the toes. Breach with the kickoff here to Word. Word's going to take it out of his own end zone. He's at the 5. He's at the 10. Steps back and very nice.
We got an excellent DeBerg.
Here we go. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 21-14 Chiefs over Bengals.
Fun fact, as we have the called play there, DeBerg is actually faster than Esiason right now.
That is an extremely fun fact, Troy. One that is almost never true.
Look at him go!
Wow! Going to come out in the strong I formation now. DeBerg is going to pitch it to Okoye. Okoye's got blockers in front. He's at the 25 and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Extremely conservative or latency played a factor as White was being selected there.
Come out of the run and shoot. He's got running back 2 deep down the field open. He's going to dump it off to Word. But Fulcher's going to get his hand there and swat it away. 3rd and 9.
The drone pressure is real right now, and it's causing accelerated decision-making for Prime.
Barletti playing some outstanding defense, wanting to give his team one more chance. But this time, they're going to pick up another 1st down.
Always nice to see Bill Jones make the field.
And off to Jones.
Hey, he goes to the OTAs like everyone else.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen with the Chiefs. Even Emil Harry may show up at some point and have a crucial catch. Bill Jones is in there. Deep down the field. Barry Ward comes down with it. Diving attempt. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kansas City.
The auto dive strikes again. Barletti unable to engage his tapping advantage. And after all that work to get down the field and try to get it within one score, it's looking pretty bleak for him at this point in the game.
Again, I can't say enough outstanding things about Barletti in this game. He really has played well on defense. Just a couple of defensive breakdowns, but every single defensive breakdown he's had has resulted in a touchdown. Lowry with the kickoff. Woods back to receive. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Bengals needing 2 scores. Back to the wall. Here's Woods. He's at the 10. Comes back and takes it back to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. 1 minute 53 seconds left here. We'll look for some bombs from Esiason. He avoids the diving tackle by Thomas. He's circling around. He's looking deep downfield for McGee. McGee pulls it down.
JJ.
He's at the 35 and tackled there.
He's had a couple of those this game that's really helped him stay productive with his play selection on the other end of the field.
Here's Brooks. He's got blocking in front of him. A sweep to the bottom. Makes it to the 25. Time running out here for Barletti. He's got to punch it in now. Esiason looking, and drone tackled by Dino Hackett.
If that wasn't a dagger, I don't know what is. There's just not enough time here now.
And a called pass. He gets it off to Holman, though. Holman on a called play. Touchdown!
That's the second time we've seen a redirect on the called pass, too, where he went to the tight end. And one time went for a big gain, the second time for a score. We'll see if the Powerball
big extra point.
We'll see if the Powerball odds come into play here. Can he get an onside kick as player, too? There was a winner in Wisconsin this week. In excellent condition to Berg with the return. Just milking it away. I expect the punt here to come on here. Nope. Maybe he's thinking about point differential, which isn't really a significant factor in this tournament. But
Berg, last play of the game here in the shotgun, drops back. It's a called play. He's going to dump it to Okoye. And Okoye will take it out of bounds, and that is it. The final score, 28 Kansas City, 21 Bengals. Prime over Barletti. Great game played by Barletti on defense. Like I said, he had 3 defensive breakdowns. They all were scored in touchdowns. And a great game here by both competitors. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Appreciate Trojan letting me come on here with them and call some of these games. It's a lot of fun.
Whenever a big play happens, whatever happens to your voice, I want that. I want that quality. That's some good stuff. Yeah, 28-21 your score. Christian Okoye, not a significant factor, did enough on the ground. Really just the balance of Kansas City's offense. In Cincinnati, Barletti played well, but it felt like he was playing behind most of the game. And Prime just a little better today. So for everyone that tuned in today, thank you so much on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you're watching this either there or on Facebook on the GBLAN page, give us a like on GBLAN and make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell for the Retro Sports Gamer channel. For the Ultimate Weapon, Trojan 1979, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel, as well as GBLAN on Facebook. This is the game of the week for Week 1, Get Your Cold Cuts, a game featuring Primetime and P. Titterai, Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm welcoming back fan favorite Ryan McCabe, the Ultimate Weapon, in as a color commentator. How you doing today?
Doing great, Troy. Thanks for having me again.
It's awesome having you back. It's awesome having these two solid technical competitors clash in a very fun match of Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals. Why don't you call out things that the players should be looking out for in this one?
So for Primetime, with the Dolphins, obviously he's got the passing speed with Marino. Cincinnati Bengals have Fulcher on the bottom. You're going to watch for what type of passing playbook he's got in place. If he's got some snap pass ones to the top, like Pro Flare TC, or maybe Shotgun X Drive, where he's got a streaking wide receiver up there, because the Bengals don't have a great top cornerback up there. Other things to watch out for on defense, the Dolphins have a really nice mix on defense of what they can do with the two safeties with Oliver and Williams, and then Offerdahl some nice pieces in place, some nice drone pieces as well. The Bengals really more limited to just the linebacker one and Fulcher. Bussey's okay, but really they don't have a lot outside those three guys. So I expect Miami to be able to move the ball a little bit easier through the air against the Dolphins than the Bengals will be able to.
All right. Well, there you have it. Dolphins, Bengals, primetime Pete Titterai, Trojan, ultimate weapon. Let's do it. And the ever-important coin toss. I don't know what kind of money you had on that.
Is that Marino and Esiason, the captains at midfield? It looks like it.
Well, they got there at the same time. As we know, Marino's running speed is slower, maximum speed is slower.
Yeah, so it probably wasn't Marino. Probably Jim Jensen.
It was probably Kaiser Wilhelm and Scott Mitchell. Ickey Woods out of the end zone right at the front of it. And out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Let's look at the playbook.
We've got the motion run 2 there. We've got 1, 2, 3 run and shoot plays, 1 pass, 2 runs. We've got the strong eye run play and the corresponding pass. Start off with motion run 2.
Weak side open, nowhere to go. Looks like Primetime does a good job bumping the blocker. So that pass forward, that's straight out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and San Francisco 49ers default playbooks.
I think it's called Slot LZ, if I remember correctly.
I didn't think I'd have to learn what that play was called because no one ever picks it in these broadcasts. That's why I have you here. And a run 3 to make it a 4th and manageable, but 4th and 9 inside your own 15. Pete Titterai doing the wise thing here. Change of field position here with Norm Johnson. Mark Logan instead of Tony Page, a little bit of a shocking decision here. I think it must be that Tecmo superstition, out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a first down to start this for Primetime. His first possession.
Oh, Logan doing his best Page impersonation there, breaking a few tackles.
Burn route right away to Mark Duper. Fulcher taking himself out of the play too early. First down and 10. Nice play by Primetime to open up the drive.
Very nice play. After the nice 3 and out on defense, really nice play there to pick up a first down on the first play.
Sammy Smith, 33, unable to go anywhere. Not the Tecmo player, the player in Tecmo. If that makes any sense at all. 3rd down and 6.
Got to be patient with the Dolphins' run game. They don't have a lot of speed back there.
33 versus 33, and 33-1.
And right after I mentioned the patience factor, he does a nice job of being patient and getting behind the blocker, picking up the first down.
Another run to Sammy Smith. Here's a tapping situation. Looks like Primetime has the taps, at least for now, 2nd down and 4. Pete Titterai known for his just overall smart play on defense and offense. A real student of the game. 3rd down and 1. Also a fellow color commentator in our community. Dive play to Tony Page. Makes the sighting. And taken down past the 30. First down and 10. 1:12 remaining in the first. Tecmo time.
Dolphins heavy run package here early on. Only 1 pass play so far for Miami. They're working well, eating up a lot of clock, moving the ball down the field.
Pass 3 is a call. It's called. Skip McClendon with the sack. 3rd down and 11. Usually you see a couple different things. That burn route to the bottom before it curls on that pass 3, or you maybe try to get the tight end across the field. But 4th down and 5 here. Already up a possession here. Primetime is going to go ahead and go for 3. Goes for the field goal. It's blocked.
Wow.
And it is picked up by the Bengals here. Barney Busey. Is it Bussey? I don't know. Is he related to Gary? That's what we really want to know.
I don't think he's related to Gary, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Bussey.
Rest in peace, Sergeant Drake Savage. First down and 10. Bottom hash mark, single back formation for Pete Titterai. In good field position at a 0-0 game in the second quarter. Welcome. We've been here for about 30 seconds. And Brooks somehow gets away from the pack to the 30. 25-20 to the 10. And all the way, that's a house call from James Brooks. Touchdown, Pete Titterai.
Very nice run by Pete Titterai after the field goal block, making Primetime pay with a quick score.
Do you know anything interesting about James Brooks in general? Anything that we can really rip apart with the pun? Or
The James Brooks and Tecmo or the the director?
The human
I'm
being,
joking.
maybe,
I'm
know.
joking. No, not really.
Yeah. Use the Schwartz. That's Mel Brooks. It's Mel Brooks.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't there? There's another James Brooks though, too,
isn't
there?
You know, I'm not familiar with his work. Speaking of work, one of the receivers isn't good. I don't know if it was Duper or Clayton. I didn't quite get the eyes on that. One thing I know is Primetime loves using the Dolphins and does a pretty good job with them. It looks like Troy Stratford's in bad. Interesting that Jim Jensen is not currently on the field. Such a weapon.
I don't often play with the Dolphins, but when I do, I use Jim.
Jim Jensen brought to you by Dos Equis. Not sponsored. Hey, if you're out there, Dos Equis, we wouldn't mind the sponsorship. First down run from Sammy Smith. First down for Primetime. Not much there on first down, only 1 yard. Pete Titteray's did a good job keeping them, those runs in short supply. There's not a lot of damage being done there. They're down on 4. It looks like he cycled too far. I think he meant to go to the running back underneath. 4th down and 4.
Interesting call there. Marino could have picked that one up with his legs, but I guess he figured in his mind he was going for it on 4th down regardless.
4th down, here he goes. And no covered catch. That's a turnover on down, so that 3rd down mispress really came back to haunt him.
Fun fact for all of you that thought I was wrong, too, about the director. There is a James L. Brooks director. I did look it up here.
I thought you got quiet there.
When we had a brief break there, he founded the television and film company Gracie Films, producer of the Tracy Ullman Show, and he also hired cartoonist Matt Groening to create a series of shorts, which eventually led to The Simpsons. So
that is unbelievable. I'm so glad I asked that question.
People come here for Tecmo, but, we try to provide a little educational material, too.
No, we're going to go Kevin Bacon on this and go, is there any connection between Mike Judge and Tecmo? You're going to have to answer that by the end of the broadcast. No, I'm just kidding. This is a across the 50 Pete Titterai. Ronnie Holman in the middle of the field trying to get out of bounds, and he does. Out to the 15, 1-1 Tecmo time. Pete Titterai holding on to a 7-0 lead in the second quarter. Bottom hash mark. Run 1 is the call. Getting about 3 yards, let's say 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. 47 seconds, Tecmo time. Here comes the weak side run open. Open run. Wow, it's late. Wasting a lot.
What a move.
Pete Titterai wanted to take it down to the wire here. Past the line.
He stepped a little too far, just stepped past the line of scrimmage. He did have it open there in the middle of the field, was open for a dive.
This field goal is now blocked on the foot of Jim Breach, who's going to send this into halftime, most likely with a 10-0 lead, as 5 seconds are just remaining here. Welcome to halftime. 10-0 your score. Pete Titterai over Primetime. This is Trojan. I'm with Ryan McCabe, the ultimate weapon. We're here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel and GBLAN Facebook. We're glad you're with us. Smash that
really
subscribe button and the like button if you wouldn't mind for our pages. Love to have you follow us. Go ahead, what you were saying there, Ryan.
Really impressive first half there by Pete Titteray. It looked like his back was against the wall early. He was going to at least give up 3 blocks, the field goal, makes him pay 2 plays later with a touchdown, and then stops him on defense, drives down, and gets another field goal to go up by 2 scores. So things looked a little grim early, but he rebounded nicely. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Primetime definitely has, as player one, at the very least, with the ball here, he certainly just needs to get a score on the board and start playing some defense. 10 points is not insurmountable as player one and this much time and the ball. So you see us to play his game. I saw a super good conditions, Mark Duper, super duper, 2nd down and 2. Again, just kind of sticking with this running attack, being somewhat conservative.
Yeah, he had a really nice drive in the first half, drove it all the way downfield with the running attack, and then ended up missing the field goal.
Underneath to Mark Logan, really snapped that in there. That passing speed really came into play there. 2nd down and 5. Going to Duper. Overthrows him. 3rd down and 5.
On that play, oftentimes you can get the bottom receiver to do a little jump there on that little curl route. That's what he was hoping for.
Tony Page underneath gets out of bounds. Nice play, nice conversion. Back to the offset eye. Run 1 is the call. It's to the bottom. Mark Logan. Looks like they tied on the taps and is taken down. 2nd down and 8.
Things tightening up there at the line of scrimmage. Not much room for Logan. And
nice run, dive through there with run 4 and Logan. Good blocking contingent there. It was a convoy and a big gain. And this running attack continues here. Mark Logan zigging and zagging, taken down near the 17, 1st and 10.
Hashtag Logan's run.
Logan again, this time not a whole lot there, only 5 yards, 2nd and 5. But with Marino's passing speed, literally every pass play is on the board there. Nice juke, and all the way in the end zone, Mark Logan finishing off this drive the way he started it. It's 6-10, extra point incoming.
That is the drive that Primetime thought he was going to have at the beginning of the game, which ended up with the blocked field goal. And nice dedication, sticking to the run there, knowing the Bengals are probably going to call a lot of pass, especially against the Dolphins, and he's able to punch it in. Late in the 3rd quarter here, he needs a defensive stop.
Mr. Colt cuts himself out of his own end zone. Dodges a defender and is taken down. Boomer's in bad. Brown's in good, Holman's in good. Icky Woods isn't bad. We don't like that.
Especially not on Cincinnati week.
No.
That's just wrong.
And we should really rephrase. It's really Icky Woods week. I feel like the Cincinnati, the city there, has really been crapped on over the last 25 or so years since this game was out, and really, they've had marginal success ever since their demise against the 49ers on that fateful drive in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they've had some good teams, but just not quite enough to get over the hump and win a playoff game. But they made some coaching changes in the offseason. We'll see what happens.
Sison and bad, doesn't matter. He makes it to Eddie Brown. Out past the 45 and a 1st down.
Nice play by Pete Titteray. They were going right to a deep pass right after a long drive by Primetime.
Nice speed over the top. There a guy has Tim McGee and is taken down here as the 3rd quarter is winding down. 1st and goal from the 7. Bottom hash mark, single back. Jarvis Williams across the formation was the right guy to be there on that play.
Outstanding defense. Outstanding defense. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
I should say outstanding defense there by Primetime, like you said, taking the right safety in that play for the run one. Has to be extremely frustrating, though, for Primetime to take up about 4 minutes off the clock there and then see Peter take 2 plays and go about 60 to 70 yards down the field and already be in scoring position again. Really needs to hold him to the field goal here.
Well, I know that both teams have been back and forth here, and I know that the Dolphins have been conservative, but if it goes that direction, I wouldn't be surprised if Primetime opens it up a little bit. And Esiason just does it on the ground, almost beats the drone pack, and 3rd and goal from the 4, so really wondering if that condition is causing an issue here for him. And there's
wow, what a tackle.
That's that Rubel/Nos dive that did him in here, 4th and 1. You got to have 3 to tie the game. What will you do?
Well, the Bengals are up 10-7, so it's either taking 3.
I'm sorry, you're absolutely correct on that.
Or going for the dagger here. He's go for the dagger.
Pass across. It is
turnover
and downs.
Huge play.
Ryan, that's why I keep you around at these late night broadcasts. I've parent brain. I've literally lost IQ in the last 18 months.
It's all right. Anybody that has kids, Troy, I'm sure would understand. Do a great job.
Marino underneath to Logan and past the marker, and that's a first down. So Primetime now in position to respond.
And Primetime really here with the 3 minutes and 30 seconds can use the whole playbook. He wants to continue that ground and pound attack with Miami. He can do that.
2nd and 5 there. So far staying conservative. And at this point, I guess he's trying to make sure he's the last person to score. I think that's the intention here. Another run to the top. Logan's been busy. Oh, and Fulcher gets gobbled up and out to the 40. 2:43 Tecmo time. Primetime showing that he can get the yards in chunks as he needs them, and he's conservative enough. Doesn't feel like he needs to get it in one go. Crossfield threads the needle to Clayton. His mama call him Clayton. I'm going to call him Clayton out of the 20 and taken down.
Nice play. So now, does he go a little more conservative here and try to run some more time off the clock?
Back to the pass 1. Has some options. Moreno keeping it on the ground. Taken down in bounds. Dangerous, but timeout's starting to come off the board here for Pete Titterai. 2nd down and 8. Good drone support there. I think run 1 was the call. 3rd down and 6. As far as the defensive call. Got a cold pass, too. He's got the cover. Catch in the end zone. Touchdown. Dolphins, Mark Duper.
Well, Primetime hasn't thrown many passes in this game, Troy, but the passes he has thrown, he has made count.
With not a whole lot of time left, he takes a 4-point lead here. 14-10, Primetime over Pete Titterai. Oh, an onside kick attempt. I don't think he meant to do that. And oh no, Tim McGee is in front of the pack, and Stojanovic is on his back. 15, 10, 5, in the end zone. Tim McGee, touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Miracle in the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Unreal.
That is unbelievable. 14-17 is your score.
What a wild swing of emotions we just witnessed here. Pete Titterai takes a 10-0 lead. Primetime comes back 14-0, has the onside kick. McGee houses it. And then here we go. We're going to be treated to one last JJ attempt. Will we have one more wild swing of emotions here, Troy?
Oh, well, I guess that's why we have to make the viewers watch. Scott Mitchell in good condition. At least he'll be able to buy some time. He's going there to buy time to get the receivers down the field. For those of you that don't understand the the reason why he might put the eventual Detroit Lions quarterback in over one of the greatest of all time in Dan Marino. Going with the Red Guns East slant 4. Well, it's not called, so it's got a chance. Mitchell dodging defenders. Lets it fly, almost gets tackled in the end zone. It's got the distance. And it's coming!
Oh!
Touchdown!
Unbelievable!
Are you kidding me?
Heartbreaking Cincinnati.
On the last play of the game, Scott Mitchell pushes Dan Marino over, comes onto the field, and stabs a dagger in the heart of Pete Titteray.
Wow. Unbelievable game. Definitely worthy of Game of the Week status, Troy.
Unbelievable. Well, what can you say? Pete Titteray battled back, made the most out of that situation, and Primetime just made a perfect play with one chance. And that's Tecmo in a nutshell.
That is Tecmo. That's why we love it, and occasionally why we hate it, and sometimes temporarily walk away for things like this. Pete Titteray will bounce back, though. He played a really, really great game, really controlled the game from the outset, and then Primetime just had an amazing comeback, and then some good luck there at the end, and good timing with that JJ. Just a great game by both players.
Well, if you're a fan of the Game of the Week, make sure to hit a thumbs up on the GBLAN page and subscribe to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure to comment either in the live chat replay or on the videos, and share this out with your friends. We're glad that you took the time to watch this with us. If you know the people that like Tecmo Super Bowl, we definitely want them to know about what we're doing here. We think the audience that this is made for really enjoys it. So for the ultimate weapon, this is Trojan 1979 and the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time on GBLAN Tecmo. Take care.